What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 111 of the Taste Cast, a weekly podcast where we talk about things, react things, do a bunch of random shit. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Chris.
Chris is back forever, I hope. He's in Washington. Welcome back to the COVID lands, as I call it now.
God, it's so cold.
Wash your fucking hands, everybody. Quick reminders to download and play Sonic Forces and Shadow of the Colossus. It is fucking cold, too. We've been talking about this all day. Both are for free on PlayStation Plus. Make sure to download those, play those, come back at the end of the month for Plus Club. Let us know what we thought of those games. We'll let you know we thought of them. And our game of the month, randomly picked by me. I thought about it. It was random.
Very random.
It's very random. It was between one other game, so it had a 50% chance. Is Wolcen, which is a Diablo-esque ARPG. Make sure to download that, play that, and come back in the month. We'll talk about that as well. Quick reminders also that we have Discord link down below. You can talk to us anytime, all the time. We're on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast platforms. If you prefer to listen to us, if you want to support what we do on the channel, check out our Patreon link down below. And type in hashtag AskTLG on your comment if you'd like it to be considered in Tastecast. Today, we got a lot of comments to catch up on because we had 2 weeks of comments. We didn't do that. So, although I didn't see a whole lot of Ask TLG, so I'm picking at random. So if you're like, you didn't pick my comment, do what I tell you. Before we get into all our normal stuff, all our normal bullshit that we do on this show, Chris, you missed Game of the Month.
I did.
Did you miss Plus Club? I don't think you did. I think it was just Game of the Month.
I think it was just Game of the Month.
Yeah, we talked about Sims.
Yeah.
Okay.
The horrible disappointment it was on the keyboard and mouse.
Although I was corrected a lot on Reddit and in the comments on YouTube that it does have mouse and keyboard support.
That's fine.
So
That's fine. They don't give me that for free.
For sure. Yeah. No, I mean, that's a good point. Somebody on Reddit actually was like, I want to do a whole separate show reacting to all the comments in Reddit. Let me know if you're on Reddit and you'd like to see that. Somebody was like, well, that's fine, but like I only have one mouse and keyboard and I don't want to have to unplug all that stuff and put it in my PS4 just to get that experience. So it is a bit of a hassle, so it makes sense. But it does have it, and it was funny because when we were filming that episode, I was bitching about that. And I was like, and if it does have that, let me know. Because I have a feeling, I have a sneaking suspicion someone's going to go, it does have that. I was like, whoa, let's fucking... And no one did that, which is great. That's why I just want to put it out there. Like, I'm probably wrong. A lot. So, just let me know. And they did. So, I kind of want to try it and see how it feels.
They did.
And let me know. So, yeah, we played Monster Hunter World plus Iceborne last month. None of us are strangers to that game. So, real quick, what was your impressions that month playing that? And I know it was a busy time for you recently. And what would you grade it?
I haven't really left the game. It's just kind of like putting more focus into it this month. But it felt kind of not bad, but it wasn't quite the same as before because I had been spending so much time into it. I'm just kind of like getting a little burnt out from it.
Yeah.
And there's still that problem overall with weapon designs being not quite what people were hoping for. It's still like the Rajang weapons are cool and whatnot because they brought back some of the old weapon styles. It's just they didn't fix any of the other ones, or it's just kind of lacking still there. But overall, it's still an A game for me.
Yeah,
completely,
definitely. Yeah, my grade didn't change at all from the last time we talked about it. I do think you picked it the year before when I was looking into it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure. I knew someone.
We're trying to figure out why we played in September. Like our memories were wiped. Fucking dudes in suits showed up and fucking flashed their minds.
Because Iceborne was coming out.
Yeah,
I think so.
Because you're gonna pick something else, but then you're like, the expansion's coming out, so might as well just pick it.
Because everyone's gonna be playing.
Yeah. That's why I almost picked Division, but I was like, I'm balls deep in Wolcen, so I'm just gonna fucking do myself a favor. So did you just grade it? You just maintain A?
Maintain an A. Yeah, there's a lot of nice upgrades to it with the Iceborne expansion, how everything's located in the Gathering Hub now. You don't have to like exit out and do all this weird shit everywhere else. But there's still some fine-tuning, I think, needs to be done with it.
Definitely. So one of your major criticisms of the game, I'm saying major as in like your biggest criticism, is weapon design. So that's something you would hope that they would fix in future iterations, whether it's expansions or a sequel.
For sure. Not having the same copy-pasted weapons for everything over and over again, just like skin variations on them. It's really annoying. Or how like the weapons for some monsters were already established in some games and they completely changed them.
I know in that episode you had also asked me, would you like to see an expansion? Or
I was just going to ask him that.
Oh, well. Go ahead then.
It's fine. pretty much we discussed, and I wanted to get your opinion on that as well. Do you want a sequel anytime soon, or are you down with more expansions?
How about more expansions?
Yeah.
I think the game is great as it is. It just needs more content.
Yeah.
Even though it's got a shit.
I don't even.
Content
I
as
would
it is.
hesitate to say it needs anything, but more content's welcome for sure. 'Cause
Yeah.
I mean, for someone like you, or like even like Jeremy, community member Jeremy was saying that like he's done everything in the game. He's like, I've done everything. I'm like, fuck, you got a lot of time to do that. He's gonna be like, how dare you? But for people like you guys that are like playing it like constantly, I could see needs more content in like a subjective way of like I would like more stuff to do.
Yeah,
Same
bring
problem.
back some of the older monsters more into the
That'd be
game. I think we brought this up before in the episode, but or a previous episode, it's Monster Hunter World, so it'd be a really good launching point for like this multi kind of expansion series.
Yeah, new locations, new hubs, new monsters, new weapons, new features. They showed they can do that with this expansion. New Poogie. I want Poogie Mystery Dungeon.
I mean, they did let you play as the
Palicos
Palicos in one of the DS ones. So.
Yeah.
I think the one problem you're gonna run into with any like games of service game that gets if you get hooked by it, you won't be satisfied. It's just not gonna happen. You're always gonna want more. So,
Yeah.
I think that's just kind of the curse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to say on that? Well, it's nice and quick and swift. In and out.
Oh man.
All right. So yeah. I was let me know in the comments what you think of that as well. But make sure to go check out that episode as well if you want to see what we had to say on that. More, detailed, in-depth conversation that we had. But had to get your grade on that. Pretty much like we did. We just maintained. We're like, yeah, that episode kind of weird. And I'll read the comment here in a bit. But like Jeremy was like, you guys look so tired. What time did you film this?
This is my face, Jeremy.
Yeah, that's his excuse. My excuse is I had just got some shit done in my mouth that hurt, and I was very tired, but I was also in pain that episode, and I think I kind of dragged down the energy because I was just like, we all liked the game. What can we talk about that we haven't talked about? And we're just like, yeah, what can we? I'm like, It's kind of an awkward conversation. It's like a weird date or something. Like, what do I say to this person?
Awkward speed date.
Pretty much, yeah. So with every taste cast, we talk about what we've been playing. We'll jump into that first. What have you been playing, Chris? I'm sure your list is huge.
Oh, massive. I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy.
Okay.
Because the raids are out, so we've been doing that, which I'm tanking again.
Mm-hmm.
Before I wasn't tanking, but
You chose to.
I did. No. And I'm enjoying it actually. But I was playing DBS for a while as the expansion started, but I was like, I want to shift to tank. And I really enjoyed Gunbreaker.
The way you said that was almost like he's like, well, I got this black eye. He's like, you
I
fell.
do tend to complain about it on my own volition.
Yeah, it was just weird how it almost like he was covering something up. He's like, you did that to yourself.
I'll say, anytime we play, something will happen, and I'm like, you did it. Like, can't just bitch all the time.
Damn. I feel like mommy and daddy are fighting right now. Just sitting here minding my own business.
I mean, we are married in the game.
That's true.
I was there. I was at that wedding. Make sure to watch that episode. I did some great editing to it.
Because of travel lately, the other thing I've been playing has been Wilson.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I'm playing fucking Frogger with the goddamn COVID-19. Dodging that shit.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say on Wilson? Although that's our game of the month, so probably.
It's buggy.
It's I just want to be really clear with that, man. I've been talking about it a lot on this channel. We're going to be talking about it a lot on this channel, but it's buggy. IGN and GameSpot both gave it very low grades because of those bugs. I think they were very extreme on those grades, but yeah, it's buggy. I'm not.
Do you want to see a fun clip of me beat my head physically against my microphone? It's out there.
Whoa.
Oh, what are those called? VODs or whatever, video on demand.
Yeah,
that
on my
Twitch does.
I gotta say.
Oh, gotcha.
Just me,
I thought you were referring that he had like a video, like an OnlyFans or something. I was like, is this a kink thing?
I mean, he does.
I thought he's just sitting here advertising. You guys want to watch me fucking hit my head against some shit? Does that get you off?
$5 a month.
Check out my OnlyFans. Cross promotion with TLG. Yeah. Some of those bugs. I've said this a million times at this point, but like 90% of them are not game breaking. Well, most of them aren't game breaking at all. But every once in a while I'll run into one. I'm like, well, I got to restart because there's no door here, or like the boss is gone, or like the people I'm supposed to be killing in the end game, they're just in the ground. This one time, me and Josh ran across a bridge, and we saw the two dudes with like rings around their feet, the ones we have to go kill, and they're running at us. We're getting ready to fight them. They both get over to the side of the bridge, get up on the railing, and just leaped off. Like we literally watched. I mean, Josh like, what the fuck?
They noped out.
And we ran over there, and we're both just like, God damn it, as they flew down. And we started just swinging, trying to hope we could hit them, but they're just gone. But it showed
Catch me now, copper.
it showed on the map they were there. I'm like, they didn't die from that? They just fucking leaped like, it's like The Fugitive. They're just like, let's go. We're going to get killed by these guys. It was intense. So we had to like literally leave and restart the whole thing. It's like, that was a waste of fucking time. It was just the most annoying thing. We ran into it before where they were just not there when we showed up. But to see them, they were physically there. And then we saw them leave. And I was like, fuck. I was like, as we were seeing them get on the railing, I was like, no. I was like, fuck you. And we're like, ah. So annoying. So yeah, it's buggy. But a lot of the bugs are like funny stories for me. So I mean, in a way, it's kind of charming, but I'm weird. So
yeah.
GameSpot and IGN were like, this is fucking stupid. I died easily. That's a bug. I can't survive. I'm bad at making builds. That's a bug.
How do you play this?
I don't know how to play it. It's buggy. All the bugs make me not know how to play it.
It's too many buttons.
Yeah, there's a lot of buttons. It's a PC game.
So many buttons. Oh, so many. All 7.
Like that shithead's fucking review of the Final Fantasy demo.
Shithead. Damn. Calling him out. That's his name. Yeah, that was... There's like 3 buttons. He's like, it's too complicated. This has ruined my anticipation for this game. Like, it's not complicated. Did you see that?
No.
There's a guy from Kotaku, big surprise, and he's like, well, my anticipation for Final Fantasy VII has been like, extinguished or whatever because the game's like overly complicated. He was talking about how like he's like, it wants me to attack and heal, but sometimes it won't let me heal, and then sometimes it wants me to go in the menu to do this and do that while I'm trying to attack, and then it won't do that and won't do this, and I was just like, it's pretty simple. It's pretty like straight up for like it literally when you go into your menu, it pauses the fucking game. You have time to think.
I know it's kind of like a slowed down genre, but have you never played a JRPG before?
Apparently not. That's what a lot of people think when it comes to games journalists. They're like, have you not played games? Why are you talking about this? Everybody else. It's not even like fucking like we play JRPGs so we know about them. It's like anybody who's played video games will understand this game. We live in a time where fucking like the secret sauce to making a fucking successful game has been known and it gets used. There's just standards, and these games are designed for hopefully people to get some depth and some enjoyment out of it, but also that most people can access it at the very least, so they can start learning the mechanics pretty easily.
It's good marketing.
When you're a game journalist and you're apparently know enough to be talking about games, then you play something like Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is awesome, but not complicated in my opinion. I don't think in most people's opinion. I don't think that would even be the word. Maybe you could be like, this is a little hectic for me. But like, sure. But yeah, when he's like, there's just too much, and this ruined my hype for the game, I'm like, have you played a video game?
One.
Tetris back in the day. It's like, I like blocks.
I am a Qbert master.
I understand that this block goes here and that block goes there. This makes sense to me.
They must fit nicely.
I do enjoy Excite Bike on the Nintendo.
Okay. It can be challenging though.
I watched the Mario movie. I'm a gamer.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
So anyway, that shit was stupid. I read that. That guy got slaughtered on Twitter. Everybody read that like, what the fuck? Like, this game's like one of the most high profile games in the last like 5 years, but specifically in 2020. It's like top 3 games of this year, top 2 games of this year. And that guy not only was like, this game's not that great, but also for a stupid reason. It's like if you're like, I don't like his hair's blonde. This game, my excitement's gone. It's like, well, Cloud's always been blonde, and that's a stupid thing to be pissed about.
Do you think the editors just come and be like, "Hey, we've got too many like positive reviews for this. We need something really negative. Just come up with something." And he just goes,
I think
"Fuck,
that's their bread and
what
butter
can I do?
anyways, but-
All right, do this."
Well, Kotaku for sure. They like to
Yeah.
stir the pot and see if they can piss people off. So then they'll get hate clicks. It's hate bait. I hate it, but he didn't have a link to anything. It was just straight up his Twitter. Everybody's like, I love this, blah, blah, blah. It's so good. It's the best game ever made. It's going to be, how dare you say it's not going to be the best game ever. And then he comes out and is like, hey, this game's bad because I don't understand basic things. And everybody's like, what the fuck?
I can't mash square. Sorry.
I legitimately saw people on Twitter go, man, I'm disappointed because I really want it to be like traditional JRPG and this is an action RPG and I just don't really like it a whole lot. I can't even go like, what the fuck? I'd be like, that makes sense.
Sure.
If it's not for you, I mean, hopefully you can still play it and enjoy it in some capacity if you're a fan of Final Fantasy VII, right? Mm-hmm. I almost sympathize with people like, I get it. This is a new direction they're going. But that guy's just like, too complicated. It sucks. It's like, get the fuck out of here. It's not even like, you didn't have like a good opinion.
Its combos are easier than like Dynasty Warriors, which is a mindless game.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Everybody on the internet thought the same.
There's an attack button.
Yeah.
Then it's menu commands.
You go square, square, and then you go triangle. I switch my stance. Square. And then wait, I want to heal. Pause. Heal.
Potion or cure? Potion. Oh, no ATP. Okay, potion.
And then he's like, oh, and then sometimes the stuff doesn't work. It's like, dude, you have a bar. When you hit things, it fills up fairly quickly. And then you have a second bar. And that fills up fairly quickly when you hit things. And then those bars indicate being able to do a move. I'm oversimplifying this because it's not, there's words that they use to explain this. But basically, you fill the bar. Both bars let you do things. So when you do something, that bar goes away. You got to refill it. That's it. So if you want to heal, fill that bar. If you want to do a move, an ability, fill the bar. If you want to do magic, fill the bar. That's it. And he's like, I don't get it. I'm ranting about this guy. It's just stupid. Like, if this was somebody's like 70-year-old grandma and she's like, I don't get it. This game, I don't like video games because of this. It's too complicated. Everybody would be like, she's old. It's fine. Or, grandpa's just crazy. It's fine. But this guy's like, I'm a games journalist. Why?
Back in my day, we had two directions, left and right.
Back in my day, we walked to school. Okay, well, that has nothing to do with Final Fantasy VII, Grandpa. Go back to doing whatever grandpas do.
Bitching.
Yeah.
What segment are we in right now? What we've been playing?
Yeah.
You got anything else you've been playing? Did you play the Final Fantasy VII demo?
Not yet.
No.
What?
I haven't had time. I don't have my TV.
Oh my god.
I
was going
brought
to get your opinion on that, but...
Maybe you should make him stream it.
I brought my PlayStation with me, literally physically with me when I drove. I don't have my TV. It's packed up with military stuff.
That's gamer priorities. Like, PS4's come with me. How you gonna play it? It just needs to be with me.
I had a huge backpack. It was PS4, controllers, the games, and the cords. That's all the backpack was. Nothing else.
It's called a bug out bag. So when the apocalypse happens, you're like, take the essentials.
And then I had my PC tower.
Yeah. I used to always say if like a house is on fire, like I'd probably grab like like my wallet, make sure people I care about out of the house. Maybe grab my PC, run out the door. Like I can replace the rest of the shit. That PC's got stuff on it. I particularly like episodes from this channel, fucking music I've been working on, stuff that like creatively I can't get back. So that's mostly the reason. But yeah, I might grab my PS4. I don't know. That thing's been running really loud lately though, so it kind of deserves to just get the axe so I can go buy another
the one
one.
that starts the fire.
It might be, yeah, for sure.
Oh jeez.
It's fucking, I warned you, and just lights the house up for him. I'm like, you motherfucker. I should have replaced you a long time ago.
Spits a lighter out the disc slot and just lights it.
I'm jumping over to Xbox Series X now. Xbox don't light things on fire. So nothing else. What have you been playing?
I've also been playing Wolcen.
Swolson.
It's, pretty much what you expect it to be. I don't want to go too into it, obviously.
It's buggy.
I haven't run into the same number of them, I guess, as you guys have, but I have run into at least one very bad one. When the boss disappeared on me, I was like, cool. I have to shut the game off, turn it back on now. So
It's fucking bye.
Just bugged right out. Just jumped off that bridge.
but
Can't
Yeah,
beat
I
the
mean,
boss who's not here.
I've been enjoying it. What else? Let's see. I played a little bit of Sonic Forces, which I also can't talk too much about.
Okay, but I am gonna talk real quick about that. Well, I'll talk about when I talk about it. Like, let's have a conversation about it.
Yeah, I can't really say anything because I want to save pretty much anything I have to say about it. So
I'm gonna hype it up. I got a crazy fucking opinion on that game. So stay tuned for Plus Club. Come out the end of this month. It's a very nuanced opinion. You'll be shocked.
probably not.
I'm trying to hype it up. It's gonna be fucking gone sexual, fucking crazy. I'm so bad at hyping things up. It's gonna be crazy, guys. I promise.
Please look forward to it.
Yeah, please look forward to it. Please clap.
And then Final Fantasy 14. We're playing a lot of that. We've been raiding, like Chris said, and then I'm leveling my machinist right now, almost 80 with that. So that'll be my 6th combat class. That'll be 80. So
Chris is computing right
I
now.
have 6 as well.
I think so. I think we're about the same.
That's it.
But all your
I thought you had,
crafts
like,
are
20.
higher.
All my crafts except for cooking are max.
Yeah, I have 4 or 5 crafts that are 60 instead
That
of
is
80.
a mama.
That's a problem.
You and everyone else lately, man. I hop on, everyone's crafting something. I'm like, what are you doing?
Fucking like Breaking Bad or what? Looks like they're all in a fucking trailers.
I don't think any of them are doing alchemy.
I have a max alchemy.
That was
first
your
one I
first
maxed.
one, yeah.
See, I had my
I don't
suspicions.
think you made any money off it, though.
Not that I can think of.
Yeah. Did I play anything else?
And my list is pretty short too.
Dabbled a little bit in a Dragon Quest mobile game that came out, but I don't have like enough.
I did
to
too,
play
but
it.
I don't got enough. Yeah,
Or to, say anything about
I
it.
also played Cheeky Chooks.
The fuck
Was it
is that?
cheeky?
I don't. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. It's kind of cheeky, I guess. It's literally just Chicken Simulator.
I was like, the name is more exciting than the gameplay.
100%. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, when you told me that name, I was like, what? And I played. I'm like, okay. Like it's not. It's whatever.
Yeah, I think that's it. I really.
I can't do mobile games. I was playing that Dragon Quest game, and I was like, man, I love everything about this except for why am I playing this?
Yeah, I struggle with them too. Except for obviously the one time one hooked me.
Like I made my character, I was like, oh, he looks fucking cool. I'm looking at the world, I'm like, oh, it's Dragon Quest, I love this shit. I'm listening to music, I'm like, oh, I love the music. In the comment, I'm like, that's kind of interesting. But then it's like, there's 100 menus in this, and you're gonna need to get the crystals for this, and then in a week's time, you're gonna be able to do that, and make sure you guys are always attacking things with this button. Just press the one button over and over again. And I'm just like, is this a game? What is this? It's just menus with visuals.
I don't know.
There's this mobile game I kind of want to download. I was looking up top 10 mobile games or some shit, and it's like this randomly. It's text based, but it's like a randomly generated D&D thing by an AI. But the big complaint about it, I forgot what it's called. But the big complaint about it is the further you go into it, it starts kind of like losing track of the story it's telling because it's just making up shit. So like, there's no consistency in your adventure. You're not gonna be like, oh, I had this arc that happened. It's just like you just keep going forward. And eventually, you just kind of lose yourself in like, you know, testing what you can do and what it thinks up and shit. But it sounds kind of neat, so I need to check that out.
Huh.
I'm more curious about that though, just for the AI aspect, not mobile gaming. So
I mean, that's just interesting in general, just because
Yeah.
like D&D is a process to play, so something like that you can access easier. I would honestly think there's a pretty decent demand for that. So
yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much all I've been playing. I unfortunately can't really talk about 2 of them. So
What's the two you can't talk
Olsen
about?
and Sonic Forces,
You didn't play Shadow Colossus?
not yet.
Uh-oh. That's gonna be one of those fucking...
I got my Butterfinger theme. That's the other thing that happened.
Oh! I was like, what does that
That's what I
mean?
was gonna get at the store. Fuck.
You did get it? It's not like a point-based system thing, like they said?
Nope, they just emailed me a code once they confirmed my receipt.
See, because that shit's more confusing than Final Fantasy VII's gameplay.
It's pretty bad, but I don't think it's through Square, so. Yeah. That theme's
Also,
really interesting because it makes your menus go behind Tifa.
Weird.
Yeah. So her body is always in the foreground.
That's weird.
It is weird.
That is weird. I don't know if I like that. I have to see it.
That either.
It works in everything except for the social menu, which I don't think you even go into. So
Me?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
So if you're not using that aspect of it, it definitely like is designed for it. But otherwise, you just see from her rib cage up on top of all the social stuff.
I'm surprised no one bitched about that. Why is it only the top part? People always complain
That's
about
the part
something.
people want to see the most.
Sure, I agree. And I fucking, hey, if you want that and they give it to you, cool, whatever. But fucking, there's people like, this should not exist. Let's delete things.
Damn you women
I agree.
for having bobs.
Yeah.
I got no comment here. I got yours fucking, yeah! Finally, someone said it. I've been waiting for this.
That was my moment.
Let's get them. Anything else?
No.
All right. I've also played Wilson quite a bit. I will talk about that later. Been playing Shadow of the Colossus. Coming back to that. One thing I'm going to say that's not spoilery. Maybe we'll get you to play it. Download it on PS4, PSN. Fucking come back at the end of the month. Talk about it with us. But the graphics in that are really impressive. It doesn't feel like... just like an up-res version. It looks pretty fucking legit. Now, gameplay-wise and movement-wise, it looks kind of janky and feels kind of janky. But graphically, I was very impressed looking at it. I was like, holy shit. Like, this almost looks like modern. Because it's a PS2 game. It's not a PS3 game. Mm-hmm. It's a fucking PS2 game. Mm-hmm. So I was like, they did a really good job visually with that. So if that entices you, fucking play it. We'll talk about that later. Sonic Forces, played that. Thing I wanted to talk about, I made a bear boy. His eyes are just fucking huge circles with black dots in the center, so he's just like this the whole time.
That's such a contradiction in my head.
What?
Bear and boy.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Makes sense. He's a bear boy though. Guys, he's definitely a boy. And he looks ridiculous. And there's a lot of customization in that game, so I keep dressing my guy really fucking stupid looking. I can't talk about it. We'll talk about it later. I got a lot to say about it, but yeah, he's interesting looking. I like my bear boy. That game, this thing happened where the Sonic fandom of like the gaming aspect of it got abandoned by Sega going, we're not going to make good games anymore. So then other people started adopting Sonic. If you Google it, you'll find.
What you want to call it?
Yeah, I'm trying to be fucking nice, not point fingers at anybody, because no shame here. I'm not fucking. Hey,
No,
you motherfuckers! It's literally like someone left a warehouse alone in a field somewhere, and someone's like, "Hey, we can live there," and they went and did it. No, nothing bad's happening there. Just someone else took it for different reasons, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's what happened with Sonic. And I feel like this game exists, going like, hey, all you old Sonic fans, we got a little chubby Sonic, but you guys who fucking own Sonic now, this game's for you. And they're like winking at them the whole time, while us old like Sega fans or Sonic fans are like, is it really Sonic? And like, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. But hey, you're gonna like this Sonic.
Yeah, just keep looking forward. Don't look to the sides. You over here, come here.
Yeah, come over here. You're gonna like this game.
I got something for you here. Come here.
Pretty much. So yeah, we'll talk about it. Played Division 2 Warlords of New York, downloaded the expansion. In like an hour, I'm already level, what's the fucking cap?
Probably 40?
40, yeah. So I'm already level 32 or 33 in like an hour. So I was like, they need to slow that down, because I've barely touched the game. And I'm like, am I going to have 40?
Game over.
Already? Like,
But even before that game was like you hit max level and there was still like a lot more to do.
yeah, and there's like new stuff to do and stuff like that, but I haven't dived into it enough, as much as I would have liked to, so I need to play it more. But that's out, so definitely check that out. If you're curious about it, it's just cool. There's new content for it. Also, the new way the menus are set up to show to highlight the pluses and minuses of the equipment is a lot more streamlined. You can look at something real quick and kind of go, okay, that's what that's for. Okay, that's what that's for. It's a lot better.
They completely reworked it.
Yeah.
The whole system, everything.
They also, I might be picking up Breakpoint finally because they just released or are releasing soon. I think it's called the immersion mode or whatever. Or immersive mode. It literally takes gear score out of the game completely and makes it into more of a tactical shooter where you can like bleed out and stuff. You can just play either way. Doesn't matter. You can switch it at any time. And if you join somebody else's game, regardless of what mode they're playing in, you can play it that way, which is fucking crazy. It's pretty much 2 games now. So, so yeah, Ubisoft does some weird shit. And then, man, my list is short. And then the last game I've been playing is Synthetic with a K, not a C, which is a top-down roguelike, cyberpunk-themed roguelike that's cooperative. It's 2-player co-op. I haven't played that yet because Josh is evasive. He's really good at selling me games and not showing up. He's like, this game's got co-op. I'm like, co-op, you say, huh? He's like, yeah, we could play it. I'm like, play it, you say. He's like, yeah, go ahead and buy it. And then I buy it, and then he's just gone.
Well, he did say could, didn't say he would.
Sure, don't defend him. But and then he tries to blame it on me. He's like, "Where were you?" I'm like, playing it literally all day. So anyway, I've been playing that. Hopefully, I get a chance to play with him. Because the game definitely feels like it would be really fun co-op. Like any roguelike, you start. You have to go as far as you can. When you die, you restart at the beginning. There's multiple classes. I think there's like 8 of them. They all have their own. Like at level 1 you have these perks, and level 5 it unlocks some new things. Level 10 new shit, but then you accrue points that you can spend on new unlocks that will show up in the game as you play it. And yeah, there's a lot of weapons. Like I said, cyberpunk themed, so it's top down, so you're essentially running around shooting and stuff. But it's interesting because the game. The game has an accuracy system. So if you sit still, your accuracy is perfect. If you start moving, it gets worse. When you shoot more and more and more, your bubble of where you're aiming gets bigger and bigger. So you actually will start missing as you're shooting. So if you're running and shooting a lot, you start missing a lot. But so do the enemies. So you'll get in like gunfights where there's just bullets flying everywhere. There's also a reload system that's interesting. I wouldn't expect it in a roguelike. You have to release your clip out of your gun and then put another clip in. So you have to press a button to get your clip out, and then press it again to put the clip back in. And then it's got that Gears of War system where there's a green bar. Okay, good. Every time I say it, he's like, but then I say, you're like, okay. So like,
I don't really play any games that have it.
So you when it goes over the green in the clip, you get a perfect reload. And if you miss that, it delays the reload.
It jams.
Yeah. Well, there actually is jamming in the game too.
Shit.
So your gun will jam, and then you have to mash the reload button, and it'll fill up a bar, and then your gun will start working. So there's all these things that happen in the middle of combat that makes it more methodical than like a normal roguelike, where you're just kind of like running, and then you die, and then you restart. You're running, killing. And this, you sometimes want to stop and try and get that shot. Maybe you'll find a sniper rifle, and you're like across the map. It's also interesting too. It's top down, but if you click on their head, you actually get a headshot. It's like a critical.
Oh, weird.
So yeah, so it's interesting. You can literally be in the back, shoot someone in the head, and take them out from a distance. Enemies will also lose track of where you're at too. Like they don't just get pissed and start attacking you. They will swarm you, but if you're able to evade them long enough, they'll get confused and not know where you're at. So there's a lot of really cool systems involved with it.
Huh.
I want to play it some more, but so far I've been really enjoying it. So good recommendation, Josh. It'd be great if we could play that. Because he said he's like, I like it. I'm like, yeah, well, we can both like it cooperatively. Yeah, so I definitely recommend it. I think it's like $20, and then there's already a DLC for it for like $5, so $25. Okay. You get a replayable roguelike that seems like has a lot of potential. And don't be turned off by the art style. It is, I don't think it looks bad, but it is very kind of basic looking, but the gameplay is really good. I really enjoy it. So, all right, that's what I've been playing. Anything you guys want to say before we move to the next thing?
No.
Let us know in the comments, what have you been playing? What have you not been playing? You've been avoiding like the plague, like the virus. You're like, I'm not playing this fucking game. You shouldn't either. Let me know. Warn me. Yeah, what game should we be playing this month? Let us know in the comments below. So with every Tastycast, first Tastycast of the month, we always go through game releases, which we'll be doing now in March. So I'm just going to go through that, and then we'll discuss it. So what is the date today as of recording? It is the 8th.
Yeah.
Is the 8th. So March 3rd, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus came out on PS4, which I did not know that came out. March 5th, Murder by Numbers on Switch and PC. It says March 6th on PC, so it looks like it came out 2 different dates, but it is out now. March 6th, we got Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX on Switch. This confuses me because it looks like Chocobo Mystery Dungeon. Are they...
I played like one of them a long time ago, and it's like you pick like a Pokemon, and then you get like buddies, and you kind of explore the dungeons based on how much stamina you have.
and that's how Chocobo Mystery Dungeon is too.
It's
So,
very similar.
but is it the same people, or are they just ripping someone off, or... It's really confusing because I was looking at it, I'm like, that looks like Chocobo Mystery Dungeon. Who owns this game?
I don't think it's the same company. But...
I don't either because one's Square Enix
Yeah.
that makes Chocobo Mystery Dungeon. I was like, why do these 2 people have the same game with the same name? Except for one's Pokemon, one's not. Anyway, while you look that up, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX came out March 6th on the Switch, and I might pick it up because I really like, I'm more jumping into my thoughts on it, but I really like Chocobo Mystery Dungeon. Then on March 10th, we got L'Aggressor 1 and 2, whatever the fuck that is.
It's an old PlayStation 1 game.
L'Aggressor.
I had it.
It sounds familiar, but names like that, they all sound similar to me. It could be a brand new game, like, it was one of the old games, huh? And that is coming out on PS4, Switch, and PC. March 11th, we got Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Keith, it's finally coming out. Xbox One, PC. This will be available on Game Pass as well, which they keep showing me all over the place. For $1, you can get this.
Only $1.
Only $1. You got a fucking dollar.
Who ain't got $1?
March 13th, we got My Hero 1's Justice 2. That was a Japanese title. PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Then we got March 13th, Neo 2, much hyped game. Can't wait to fucking play that. March 17th, we got future PlayStation Plus game MLB The Show 20 on PS4. Then we got March 20th, Animal Crossing New Horizons coming out on Switch. Then we got March 20th as well. Damn, March 20th's got some games coming out. Doom Eternal on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. I know that's very hyped by a lot of people. March 20th, we got Doom 64. What a weird day to release Doom 64 on the same day Doom Eternal comes out. PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. You're going to say something?
It says that Asterisk Doom 64 is only available on the systems as a pre-order for Doom Eternal.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so I guess you just get that with it, which is kind of neat. That makes way more sense. I was like, people are going to buy that, but like, why on that day? They're going to forget it came out. But if you just get it, then it makes sense. Then we got the fucking crazy game that is Half-Life Alyx coming out on PC March 23rd. This month's got some... I was saying this before. The easy months are over. Where we're like, you can pick up a game. You cannot. Doesn't matter. Play your back catalog. It's starting. This year's starting. This month. March 23rd, we got The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel 3. What the fuck is that?
No idea.
PC. Coming on PC. March 24th, we got Bleeding Edge, Xbox One, PC. I played that. I think, nope, the stream got... There was like this weird week where 2 of my streams just got deleted. I was like, all right, thanks, YouTube. So if you check out my Twitch, you can watch that. March 27th, we got One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Then on March 27th, fucking Saints Row 4, Reelected, coming out on Switch, whatever. Then March 31st, Persona 5 Royale finally comes out, or Royal comes out, PS4. What are we feeling, what are we not feeling on this list? Chris?
Well, I think the biggest one for me is going to be Neo 2. To be honest, I'm super
sense.
hyped about that. The rest of it's kind of neat, but I'm not really super... I've never been a Doom player. I've never actually played any of the Doom games. It's not my thing. I watched the trailers of it. It looks pretty... It looks visually cool. Like, all the crazy gore and stuff like that's awesome, but it's never really my gameplay style. That's really it for me, to be honest.
Nice.
Neo 2.
You're very lucky.
Yeah, I know.
Because, Neo 2 is going to be sick. Every trailer I watch on that, too, like, the graphics look significantly better than the last game. I thought the last game was like super slick looking, but like the facial mocapping has come like a long way too. Like people's faces look really fucking good in that game. So it's nice to see that the success of Neo, first off, got a sequel. That's something I wanted. We all wanted. We're like, that game was good. Hopefully we get a sequel. We got it. But also, it seems like they really were like, hey, let's make this one better too, which hopefully it is. But it just looks like in every way, it looks like they've upgraded the game quite a bit. So, very cool. So for me, I'm interested in Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, but that's one of those games that I'm waiting for Chevy to buy so I can play it. It's just one of those games, And then Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, the mystery of that game, fucking why it exists, and why it's exactly a game that I already own that I like. So I'll probably play this game. I'm interested in it. Or in the Will of the Wisps, I'm interested in as well. Although, Game Pass, I'll be able to play that. I still pay for that. Neo 2 was a must for me. I have to fucking pick that up. Not touching MLB The Show because I'm going to be getting it soon anyway. Animal Crossing New Horizons, I'm actually going to pick up probably. That's a series I've always kind of thought had a lot of charm to it, but it just never has clicked for me. Hopefully this one will do that for me. Doom Eternal is also a must. I have to pick that up. Very excited for that. It'll be a lot of fun. Half-Life ALYX, definitely picking up. I mean, this is kind of a big deal. This game exists and it's coming out. And shout out to Black Mesa, which is the fan-made remake of the original Half-Life. Amazingly, Valve didn't shoot it down. In fact, they let them sell it on Steam. So, way to go, Valve, for going, hey, the community loves our game. Let's celebrate that. They're making money off it anyway. So
it finally came out of beta too.
It's 1.0. Yeah, it's out. Yeah, so it's kind of cool that we got that out. So even if you didn't play the original Half-Life, or it's been a long time, you play that. Play Half-Life 2 because it's on the same engine as Half-Life 2, and then be caught up to play Half-Life ALYX, with what's going on in the story. So definitely picking that up. I gotta reset my Vive. I keep saying that like every episode, but it's a process. Let's see. Bleeding Edge, I really didn't think I was going to be picking up, and then I played it, and I really liked it a lot, even though one night I started out good, and then, holy shit, I was getting wrecked all night. So that was frustrating. But it's really fun, so I'll definitely be picking it up. Unless it's on Game Pass. I don't think it will be, though, because I don't know. If they put everything on there, they don't care. They just don't care. Microsoft's like, what's money? Who cares? Just let us own you. We're like, okay. This is pretty cheap. I'll pay for it. So yeah, Bleeding Edge. I actually really liked way more than I thought I would. But I am not buying Saints Row 4 at all. And then Persona 5. I want to support it. I want to give them money. I have not even gotten a third through the original one. It's a big game.
Wow, and then this one's bigger.
Yeah. So I might just buy it and look at it.
Keep it on the shelf.
Yeah.
I'll say if you're not far enough in Persona 5, then
I might as well just get rid of it.
Might be good, yeah.
Just start over, yeah. I mean, maybe that's the ticket right there. That's that's big
I've
brain
heard
thinking.
So many people who are going to replay through this.
People love it, and fucking I liked what I played, but I was playing, I'm like, dude, this is a big game.
Yeah.
I've been sitting here for 20 minutes reading text.
Yeah, it's a very, very big game.
And then you go in a dungeon, and I'm like, I better have 6 hours to play this because you can't stop. You got to just keep going. Yeah, so quite a bit of games this month that I got to pick up. So that sucks, but also it's a good problem to have, I guess. Yeah. Chevy.
I have an interest in Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, but I still need to see something on it that makes me want to buy it.
There's a character in there for you. I see it, and every time it's like, that's Chevy.
Oh, imagine that. Let's see. I am buying Animal Crossing. That's like my game this month.
Hell yeah.
Fortunately, I think I'll have time to play it because the only other thing on here that I'm even kind of interested in is Persona 5 Royal, and I'm not trying to replay that game. So that's it.
No Neo 2, huh?
No, I didn't play the first one.
You played it.
Yeah, when I was essentially letting Chris go.
When I had to.
I just followed Chris around.
When you guys made me play it.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't have any issues with it. It's just I can't play Souls games. The only reason I play Code Vein is when I'm playing with you. The only reason I played
We gotta play that more.
is because I was following Chris around looting things.
We gotta play that more.
To your credit, I let you fight things, and if you got overwhelmed, I was like, okay, fuck that.
Fucking Mama Bear shows up.
In the Grand Blue game, just to describe the character, because I think about it all the time, it's a really short, purple-haired, elf-eared, horned katana user. I'm like,
Maybe.
that's Chevy.
Maybe.
We'll see.
I'd have to see it, yeah. It looked cool, though, from what I saw. I just hope as a fighting game. That's made by Homeboys, right?
Same, at least publisher as Guilty Gear.
ARCs.
Yeah.
I don't.
Arc Systems.
The problem is the developer and the publisher have super similar names.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah, it looks cool.
I forget that you watch people on Twitch.
I watch a lot of people on Twitch.
I don't at all.
That's why I always have these comments of like, hey, did you know about this? Hey, you should do this. Hey, this. I've never played these games. I watch those people do it.
I seen someone else do it on TV.
I saw this on TV once. You should try it.
All right. So anything else?
No, it's an easy month for me. But
Not me. I got one game you need to buy, and then like 9 other games to play.
plus I got one game early next month. I'll be buying, but or I already bought, I should say.
Which one?
Final
That was
Fantasy
her. I saw it.
yeah.
in the coming soon.
That's the one right there. Horned girl, DLC character. That's you.
All right. Well, let us know in the comments.
I can't look at details.
Good audio. Let us know in the comments, what games are you looking forward to in March? What games are you not looking forward to? Is there any games that were not on this list that you're like, hey, wait a second, this game's also coming out, motherfuckers? You didn't say it. I'm so angry. Let out that anger in the comments below in a nice way. I do it all the time. And yeah. So let's see how we doing time wise here. We are
On an hour.
about an hour. So yeah, we'll just move into comments then. So the last 2 weeks we have not done an episode doing the replying to you guys comments thing. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna go through a lot of episodes and just kind of talk about what you guys are talking about, extending the conversation. Again, quick reminder: if you want to be considered more so than just being randomly picked, make sure to type in #AskTLG, and we will look at your comment with extra consideration, unless you're saying some crazy shit that I'm gonna hide. Like that's crazy grandpa. We put him in the basement. You're like, ask TLG. Be like, you can ask TLG downstairs.
Just hang on the line. We'll get to you as soon as the representative is available.
Yeah, just hold. Yeah, so we're just gonna jump through this. So we're going far back. That's a long time ago. This is February 26th, which was reacting to Resident Evil 3 remake. Wow. I typed that, yeah. Which was just me in a dark room watching videos.
So every day.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Anybody who's caught my streams or anything, I'm just in a dark room, just like I'm grandpa. I'm crazy grandpa. They put in the basement. Yeah, so let's see. We got Devin Walters, who said, I see more and more are wanting the first game to be remade in the RE engine. It's nice to see that. I hope Capcom really does give it a try. This is in response to me going, I know we already got the Resident Evil remake. I want a Resident Evil remake like they're doing with these. So
Remake squared.
yeah, pretty much. So he's pretty much in agreement with me, which is cool to see, because I bring this up and people are like, they're not going to do that. I'm like, I'm not going to do it, but I want them to do it.
Yeah, people said they were going to remake Final Fantasy VII.
They did say that for a long time. And then when it happened, I hit Chevy up while he's working. I'm like, they're doing it.
You and Rob at the same time.
And Chevy's like, really? I'm like, yeah. And they're literally fucking talking about it.
It's funny. I'm at work. Rob texts me. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then you text me as well. I was like, wait, what?
It must be real, because I would never fucking just hit you up like, hey, I'm going to lie to you real quick. I was bored, so I'm just going to fuck with you. So yeah, I really, how quickly they've put out Resident Evil 3 after Resident Evil 2, and it looks fantastic. It doesn't look like they just rushed it out. I think they could easily remake Resident Evil take the Jill character, the new redesign of her, put her in that. Let's fucking. Chris Redfield looks different in Resident Evil 7, so use that version, even though I think he looks weird. Get those goddamn sunglasses off Wesker. Make it a little more realistic looking. I know that's kind of his look, but let's make it more grounded again.
You don't want him to look like Duke Nukem?
No.
Duke
That
Nukem and
game
Neo
came out.
fused together.
That game came out in a time where you could get away with that.
Duke Neo.
Duke Neo. I'm so triggered right now thinking about anyone named that. I'm so bothered right now. You guys have anything to say to you, Devin? You can even say hi to him. I don't know if he's coming back.
I don't really have anything.
He might just drop by and
really,
went, hi.
Really comment on this, so yeah, hi. Thanks for commenting.
I don't ever play the original Resident Evil. I played 2 was my entry point, so I'd be nice to go back or to be able to play that.
Mm-hmm. I want to see. I keep getting pushed.
On PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I know.
I keep getting pushback on this too, but I want a remake. It's fucking time. It's fucking time. Resident Evil 4. It's like that game came out on GameCube. It has been re-released on everything, which has been great, but it's time to remake it from the ground up. I'd like to see Code Veronica as well done. 5 and 6, we can forget that happened. Let's just let Disney destroy those next. 0 would be cool.
You just demonetize us for even mentioning them.
Yeah, don't piss off the mouse. So yeah, glad we agree on that, and hopefully it happens. I would love to see it. They got the fucking. They're doing so good at Capcom right now. They have the fucking power to do this shit. Make it all. And I would love it.
Monster Hunter money, and they keep throwing it into other projects.
Resident Evil's fucking selling well too. I mean,
know,
like Capcom is just pulling the money, and Devil May Cry, other games that they own.
I mean, you gotta think about it. The demographic of people who grew up playing video games are now old enough to want to spend more money on remakes of games they grew up in their childhood with.
Yeah,
I got so much more money for you right now, Capcom, than I did when I was a kid. Let me tell you.
I totally didn't drop $multi-$100s on Final Fantasy VII. So.
No, never.
I will never do that.
The demand, I guarantee you, is there for it.
Oh, who's not going to pick any Resident Evil up right now with what they've been doing with them?
Yeah.
Although they are talking about Resident Evil 8 already, so.
That's fine.
And the rumors are talking about, yeah, that's fine. I think Resident Evil 8 needs to be a side project if they're going to continue it how 7 was, being first person, because they're talking about like werewolves and shit. And I'm like,
werewolves?
Yeah. And like a ghost chick falling and stuff like that. And I'm like,
is it even Resident Evil then?
Well, 5 and 6 did some weird shit too. So I'm like, you guys are on a good roll right now. Let's not get too crazy already.
It's fine to like explore and branch out and stuff like that, but.
Yeah.
It's like that picture. Hold on.
Thank you for the comment, Devin. I almost said Devin. There's a long history of that word within my friend group, so that's why I said Devin. The Devin. Yeah, check out Sleep Division. That's my other channel, and you'll figure out the mystery of the Devin. Brian McAllister said a week ago, ironically, hope the demo drops within a week. We were all disappointed we didn't get that demo.
Got a different demo.
We got equally just as good, if not better, of a demo, unless you don't like Final Fantasy VII. But I believe you commented on a video later about Final Fantasy VII, so you probably liked it. Hope the demo drops within a week. It's kind of insane that Resident Evil 2 was my game of the year last year. It was my second place game of last year, so I'm with you. Almost. And even though Resident Evil 3 is by far one of my most anticipated of all 2020, it still might not make my top 3 this year. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Last of Us Part 2, Cyberpunk 2077. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm fucking saying, dude. Those 3 games, holy shit. And Ghost of Tsushima looks fantastic. It doesn't...
I still haven't watched that.
Oh, dude, it's sick. Kind of depends on if Cyberpunk has performance issues, really. Cannot wait to run around Raccoon City and dodge some freakos. I agree with you completely, specifically on those 3 games that are going to be the game of the year for sure. One of those is definitely going to make it, and the other 2 are going to be fucking the 2 runners-up. I think everybody's going to kind of agree on that, unless you don't play one of those games. But 2 of those, everyone's going to play.
I'll play none of them.
I don't believe that at all. There's one game there you have to play. It's mandatory.
Nope, none of it.
We didn't get a demo for Resident Evil 3. I would like to get one. A week ago, I would say you're crazy for even hoping for a demo for anything ever, because people don't do demos anymore. They go, give me $1.
Give me $1.
Give me $1, and you can get into the beta. It's like, is that Are you actually going to change the game based off the info? Yeah, whatever. Just give me the dollar. You can play for an hour.
What are you buying?
But then we got Final Fantasy VII demo just fucking out of nowhere. That's just fucking
3 o'clock in the fucking morning.
big dick energy from Samsung, Square Enix. I was gonna say maybe Sam Yang. That's a lens company.
What the heck is happening? Who owns the rights?
Somebody owns something. I swear.
Too stimulated.
Way too stimulated. Well, I said big dick energy. I was like, I don't know if that was too strong or not. It wasn't, because it was fucking BDE to drop that fucking demo out of nowhere. And so now I'm like, maybe we can get a demo. So it'd be cool to see that. Bring demos back, motherfuckers. Yeah, the dodge mechanic, pretty cool. I hope they don't go too wild with it, but I talked about that in the video. But the original Resident Evil 3 had a dodge in it, although it was more like a weird jump back thing. So, yeah, anything you guys want to say?
It's a little out of my wheelhouse, though. I am.
Chevy's getting down low because he's got to see around the microphone.
Yeah. I think most people probably agree with your 3 picks, though. It'd be surprising. I do think Ghost of Tsushima probably has a chance for a lot of people to be in that list as well. But yeah, it's those 3 games. There's no way it's not.
I still think Cyberpunk, but holy shit, the celebration outside of that asshole from Kotaku. Final Fantasy 7 is getting real. You called him something earlier too. That guy's a dickhead.
It's just wrapping around.
Yeah, whatever. That was a very Josh thing to say just now. Yeah, whatever. That's the thing, man. I keep talking about this because I think Cyberpunk is just going to be like the most around everyone big game. Yeah, that's the one true. Everyone's got eyes on. Final Fantasy 7. If you like spiky haired boys in any game ever, yeah, that's gonna be your game of the year.
Oh yeah, tell me more about spiky haired boys.
Am I wrong? And then Last of Us Part 2, man. That unless they fuck it up, which I don't think they're gonna do that. I mean, that's the only reason I'm not hyping that one up as much, even though Last of Us Part 1, I guess I'll call it that. It's one of my favorite games ever made. So, like, to think that game won't be one of my favorite games ever made, they'd have to really do something stupid. And Neil Druckmann's a genius. Also, fucking the HBO show.
Yeah.
Neil Druckmann's working on with the guy who did Chernobyl.
Yeah, I really hope it's good.
Me too. Me too.
HBO can be pretty hit or miss.
I don't watch TV.
I don't either, but big budget stuff like that, sometimes it's kind of hard to like not watch.
I haven't watched Game of Thrones.
Thrones?
Yep, that's the one.
Samsung. The game of Samsung. All the kingdoms in Korea. Making lenses and fucking TVs. I'm excited for it, but also Last of Us this is going to sound bad and I don't mean it to. Last of Us is a game that does not need a movie, because it is. The performances are already amazing in it, right? So like you get some new people in there, they're going to be instantly compared to the fantastic performances and script, writing, all that shit that already exists in the game itself.
What if it's not them? Or is it confirmed to be them?
Everyone's going like, Ellie's going to be gay in it. So like that's the only thing they care about. They're like, she's going to be gay in it. So,
she's gay in the game, but yeah.
Sure. And that's great. But that's the only thing they're talking about. So I would assume if she is going to be, she will be in it.
How about they just do something within the world though?
We'll talk to Neil Druckmann. I'm not making it. But
well, no, I'm just saying that'd be fun, because then we still get the game, and we get some more expansion on the world through a different medium.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the story of the game, and it's probably just going to be like a
10-episode miniseries thing.
Yeah, which is cool, but like I said,
yeah.
it's not something super needed for me. But if they do it well, awesome. Chernobyl got really high praise. Neil Druckmann gets really high praise. That he's involved with it is awesome to hear. I also love that this was slated to be a movie originally, and now they've just backed out of that and went the HBO route. So they're already thinking about doing it anyway, but the miniseries I think will be the ticket, because I think games are such long experiences anyway that cramming that into 2 hours is kind of a task. So
you run into a big problem with movies anyways, where they try to tell a big story, but they can't get you to sit for long. Like 2.5 hours is a long time for some people. And then all of a sudden everything's a fast forward, and that doesn't feel good. So
I guarantee you right now, Brian McAllister is watching this, and he's just like, "What about my comment? What are you guys talking about? You guys bring up Samsung.
have
and
you
now
been
you're
watching this episode?
Now you're talking about HBO, man. I didn't say shit about any of that.
There's no
fuck these guys.
fucking trajectory for us right now, all right? We're just going.
Yeah. You have anything to say about his comment or anything we've talked about?
I would like to see a demo as well. Like I said, I only really ever played Resident Evil 2. I've watched a lot of gameplay of Resident Evil 3 back in the day. And I've heard some interesting concepts that are coming up for the new remake. Like safe rooms are not safe anymore.
That's actually not true.
Damn it!
Somebody got that wrong. I forgot what magazine it was, but Capcom came out like, no, they're safe rooms. That's fine.
That's too bad because that was a cool element.
But then, well, actually, I was like, I don't want that. I don't want it. Because fucking Mr. X following you is a cool mechanic, but you got to have a chance to just like chill the fuck out for a second. Because it gives you just a second to go, whew, and makes you really appreciate like, oh, it's stressful out there. I'm just going to chill in here for a little bit. But if he's just like coming and just kicking the fucking door in, what was that?
Surprise, bitch.
That Gillette commercial where the chick's walking by and the guy goes to talk to her and fucking the guy like he's like, hey bro, and he like stops him. It is the Gillette commercial people got upset about because it's ridiculous. It paints men as like fucking pieces of shit. But anyway, it was this big thing. Anyway, there's a meme of Leon Kennedy. He's walking by. He's just casually walking by a store, and Mr. X looks at him. He starts following him, and then he goes in the safe room, and fucking someone stops him. And someone just stops Mr. X so he can't go in. So they're making fun of the Gillette commercial, but it was funny.
Okay.
Like Charles, I was telling that show, he's like, what is he going on about now? Where are we going? We're never coming back.
I would definitely like to see more demos done. It would definitely encourage me to buy more games because I'd be able to have a sneak peek, and not just like what they show us, but like hand on. Like back in the day, that's what really got me to buy games. It's like I got a demo, I got a taste for the game, now I want to play the rest of it.
There's a fucking, even beyond like just buying the game, there's so many games I didn't buy, but I played the demo of that. Like there's like demo discs that existed back in the day that we all played. And we all remember them and shit. It's weird. There's like this cultural thing in gaming that if you grew up in the 90s, you got those demo discs. And people are like, remember the Metal Gear Solid demo disc? And people are like, yeah. They're not even talking about the game.
That's how we played Tomba originally.
Yeah.
Blood Roar.
And there's like hidden games on those demo discs shit too. Like there's this whole culture back then of that. And like people still talk about it. So like I think a lot of people our age have like a soft spot for demos, but also it's like, why wouldn't you want to give someone a demonstration of a game you want money for? It's like this whole like, no, just trust us, buy it.
Well, the worst part is
people don't trust gaming companies anymore. So
and the worst part is there is still a lot of companies that do demos, but they don't advertise that they have them.
That's so weird. A lot of times, like you'll go into the store and it's like, want to try the demo? And it's like, what? There's a demo? Like, that's right here. Just click that. Like, why didn't you tell anybody? I don't know.
I don't like advertising my game.
No, I just thought you were gonna buy it. You can try if you want.
Oh shit! I was gonna say something. What did you say, Chris, before?
Samsung.
Oh, just how I like demos because it really convinced me to buy them to get my hands on them.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say.
Nice.
Apparently that was all I needed. Yeah, we kind of run into some of the problem when we do React videos and like they do like a trailer, but it's more of like a cinematic trailer. I'm like, oh, that's neat, but like it doesn't really sell me the game versus like when all of a sudden you get like a gameplay video and they're doing like the dev talk on top of it. I'm like, this is what I wanted. Yeah. This is showing me game, and what to actually expect. So
I talked about this recently. Oh, it was for Ghost of Tsushima. I think it's interesting. There's like, and they did it the way I prefer, but I think it's if you're gonna tease the game, show off a cinematic then. The next thing needs to be gameplay because that's what's going to get people pumped for it. You can show CGI all day or just a cinematic or something like that, and you're going to get interest. But the gameplay is where people are going to go, I want to play that shit. Then I think it's important, closer to the release of the game, to show a story trailer because you've already got them interested with the gameplay. Now you got to show them a cinematic trailer that's going to get them hyped for it. Doing it the opposite, I don't think works as well. So Ghost of Tsushima recently did the story trailer, and it's really fucking cool, but it doesn't show as much gameplay in it. It's just a lot of cinematic stuff, really beautiful looking stuff, as you'd expect, and it kind of gets you an idea of like what it's going to be like, which looks really neat. But before that, we got the gameplay, and I was like, this is the way you do it. You go, ooh, I want to play that, and then the story trailer comes out closer to the release of the game, and you're like, ooh, this is going to be good. This is going to be a good fucking game. So yeah, they nailed that. So I think there is like a way to release trailers like that.
Yeah.
to drive hype.
Yeah, and the first ones are always like, yeah, there's concept essentially, which is proof of concept, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's never really like necessarily exciting unless it's something, like when they're like black screen, all of a sudden it's like Final Fantasy VII remake, and then that's all they show because we already know what Final Fantasy VII is.
That
It's
shit.
like,
Yeah, that shit's fucking excruciating though when someone just like releases a teaser for a game. It's just the title.
Well,
because
30-second title.
then all they're doing is going like, it's real.
well, and
Like,
obviously
okay,
Square has a history of announcing games a few years too early.
So does fucking CD Projekt Red with goddamn their CGI trailer that was sick as hell, and then 20 years later they show the 48-minute fucking gameplay.
Man, I remember when they were just rambling.
That's what this show is.
That first teaser, I remember seeing that and being like, "Oh my
Oh,
god,
it was cool. It was really fucking cool.
It looks like Cyberpunk." Yeah. So,
And then
they showed game, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
48
it is
minutes of
Cyberpunk.
it without really warning.
Yeah.
There's like, hey, here you go.
Okay, they went from like showing us a concept to being like, "We're gonna give you that concept," and I was like, "Okay, this exists." Weird.
I can't believe they still have not shown the full gameplay of the demo I saw at E3. It's so weird. Like, why just release that?
Maybe they don't want to.
That was in June when I saw that, and it's annoying that I'm like, it's cool looking. Why don't you show people? They'll love it. I guarantee people are like, I'm not so sure about that game. I hope it's good. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's fucking good looking. Like, just show people. I feel fucking crazy. Anything else you want to say on Brian's comment? Brian's comment has spawned a whole other show. It's gonna start having the Brian show.
Thank you, Brian.
He'll say something. We'll talk for an hour about
Look what you've
Samsung.
done.
You did this to us.
Let's just move on for time's sake. Thank you for the comment, Brian.
Thank you.
And next one we got is from Jeremy that says, the game looks so amazing and looked like it will be more difficult. Seemed to have way more zombies by levels, and that's pretty cool in my opinion. The new design of all characters, including Nemesis, are totally awesome. But the one I like the most is Jill. Of course you do. She looked fantastic. I'm in love. Haha. It's such a Jeremy comment.
I would say me and
Everything is amazing. I love her.
me and you kind of had expressed that Jeremy is definitely very like French in that way.
Oh, dude, yeah. Everything is wonderful, and the woman is very beautiful, and I'm in love.
I'm envious of your passion.
Oh, I got that passion too. I'm
don't.
not as whimsical with it as he is. He comes in like a painter, just fucking painting the Mona Lisa. The game is beautiful. Water is beautiful. I agree. Everything looks. It does look like it's gonna be more difficult for sure. Nemesis is a lot more up your ass than Mr. X was. Yeah, more zombies. And that's something that the original Resident Evil 3 kind of introduced too. Is like right in the beginning, there's just like an alleyway full of zombies, and you're like, "What the fuck?" You played prior Resident Evils, you're like, "I don't got the ammo for this," but then there's the red barrel, and you're like, "Oh, bop!" And then you kill like 10 of them at once. And so taking on that tradition, but with modern graphics and tech, you can put way more zombies in those streets. And this one's supposed to have bigger, more open areas in Raccoon City, which I'm really excited for because I think it's smart they went from Resident Evil 2 to 3 because they're the same time frame. So we're getting a large chunk of the original epidemic that happens in the storyline so close together that we're going to get that. We're going to get immersed in the whole situation that happened in Raccoon City. So I'm really excited for that.
Let's go do the first game now.
That's what I'm fucking saying. And then after that, I'll stop whining. I promise. Make 4 though.
Just make more.
And all the character models look fantastic. I agree with you. I'm not in love with Jill, but she does look good. So does everybody else. Chris, anything you want to say on that?
It does look fantastic. I will say that.
Agreed.
Sure.
I think it looks bad.
I think-
Agree to disagree.
I think the ramped up difficulty is needed when you fine tune controls, because I think part of the difficulty of older Resident Evil games is the tank control system. So when you fine tune
That was the difficulty.
So when you fine tune those, you gotta make it a little more difficult in other areas.
In real life, imagine you're walking down a hallway just straight, and a dog comes flying through the window, and you're like, whoa. Just turn around and start hauling ass that way. Hold on a second. Stop. Stop biting me. I got to turn. Yeah. Anything else? Thank you for the comment, Jeremy. Moving on to the next video. Finally, that one was a long one. So then I did a video that was part of my stream. I had somebody come in, talk to me about, they just straight up asked me, like, hey, what are you most anticipating in 2020? And I went on my long spiel about that. Then I asked you guys, what are you most excited for? We got 2 comments. Brian McAllister again. Hopefully we don't start talking about Samsung and other things from this comment. But he said the numbering is a little nebulous and can be changed around to some extent, but this basically covers what I want. Number 1, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Number 2, Last of Us Part 2. Number 3, Resident Evil 3 Remake. His top 3 does not have Cyberpunk. Number 4, though, is Cyberpunk 2077. Number 5, Yakuza 7, so that's cool to see. Number 6, Persona 5 Royale, which is coming out this month, so you're going to get to play that soon.
You better get through that fast, though, because 7's right around the corner from it.
Number 7, Baldur's Gate 3. If it's in 2020, I feel like it's going to be. It looks pretty finished. Also, that game looks fantastic. We really got to do something. There's so much that got released about the game. We have just not covered it. Number 8, Ghost of Tsushima. Number 9, Tales of Arise. I love to see that on your list because that's my low-key, most hyped game of this year outside of the big 3. And Ghost of Tsushima. And then Watch Dogs Legion is number 10. Really good list, in my opinion. I agree with most of it. I don't have the same passion for Yakuza, but I do like Yakuza. Depending on how good Assassin's Creed Ragnarok looks, that might bump some stuff off the list, and many of the stuff here will already be out by the time we get to look at it. Had a good time with AC Odyssey. I did too. That game was just way too fucking big. I'm sure Ragnarok will be 4 times as big, but I'm really curious about that as well. But I'd really like to see Assassin's Creed go to Japan. Been wanting that for a long time. It just works so well. That would be so cool. But do the God of War thing. That's cool. But I like your list. I think it's really good. I love that you got Tales of Rise in there, and I'm hoping Watch Dogs Legion will be good. Baldur's Gate 3 looks better than I thought it would by a long shot. Like, there's all these games being shown lately, and I'm like, we're finally getting ready to move into the next generation. These games are looking like they're capped. Baldur's Gate 3, I looked at that. I'm like, that is not a current gen game. It's one of the first games I've looked at. I'm like, that's not coming out on and they already said it's not, which makes sense. But before I heard that, I looked at that game. I was like, that's a next gen game. So that was exciting to see. A game that I'm finally like, oh, these are what graphics are going to start looking like. So
yeah, the transition period is always weird.
Yeah. Well, and fucking Sony's just like, it's coming, but
Something's happening.
What else about it? No. Can we?
Except for random patents here and there, like the heart rate monitor thing that came out recently too.
Well, and then people were like, hey, what about PS5? Like, well, here's all the specs. Anything else? No. Okay. That's a cool computer you got there.
It looks like a box.
It's most likely will be a box, but it's a powerful box.
It's black.
It has our boomerang shaped controller.
The long fabled boomerang controller since PS2. It's finally happening after years of just demanding it. We're finally doing it.
They're like, nah, we're just kidding. It's the PlayStation controller.
I'd be pissed. I'd get that boomerang and I'd fucking break it. I'd be like, you motherfuckers, this was never supposed to happen.
What if it was the most comfortable thing ever?
It won't be. I've seen it. Any opinions on his list?
I mean, lots of good games. I couldn't put together a top 10 right now, but I think.
Well, most of his list is my top 10.
Yeah, I think there's just you pretty much named all the big games coming out, so
it's a safe bet. What's your top 10? All the big games.
The biggins.
The big ones. They're all going to be good.
The one I do want to kind of touch up on, I haven't watched it yet, so I need to do that too, is Baldur's Gate 3. From what I've heard, that's actually a very pleasant surprise for me. I bought my first PC. Well, I didn't buy it myself. I convinced our mom to buy our first PC.
We have a mom.
Because of Baldur's Gate 2. So
this is true.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Chevy's
also,
like, we need 56K. I need to play Dark Age of Camelot.
And then I had to buy a 8 megabyte graphics card.
This is real stuff, man. I was there. It was a wild time.
Yeah. Also, our audio setup was ridiculous. Anyways.
It was. Yeah, we had our computer hooked up to a stereo system, yeah. Those are dark times. It was a whole new era. It was a whole new frontier. We had
world.
Yeah.
But that the people who made Divinity are making this is kind of the big surprise thing for me because I don't really know. Sorry to Wizards of the Coast fans, but they don't usually make good decisions, and everything about this seems like good decisions.
I think a lot of people will agree with you on that.
So
They have a pretty bad reputation in most circles I see. Baldur's Gate 3 straight up looks like Divinity, Original Sin. Like,
Totally fine.
which is fine, but it literally looked like Wizards of the Coast is like, that game's good. Make that, but with D&D.
That looks familiar. Can you paint us on it?
Yeah, just put D&D in that. I'm like, okay. So, which is great. Do that. I saw the ethereal hand shove people off cliffs and shit. I'm like, this is cool. Pretty much. It's literally that's what
I
happened.
need to check that out. So I still need to check out Ghost of Tsushima. So.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of saying with Chevy, it's a good list, but I couldn't give you a top 10 right now. Because
Gotta
I can't
be
give
more
you 10
assertive. Just
until I
fucking
play
is
the
the
game.
best one.
Plain and simple. Until I
Yeah.
get my hands on the game itself, I cannot give you a ranking system.
And even then, he might not.
I
don't
mean,
know.
he didn't technically give a definitive either.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true. It's true.
This is true.
But thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for the comment. Good list. I agree with, I think about 70% of it. 80%, 75%.
60, 40, 29,
I was bargaining with myself.
87.
Then we got Simon. 2 questions, Randall. Saying right now it's number 1, Cyberpunk 2077. His picture is Cyberpunk, so it makes sense. He's with me. Number 1, Cyberpunk. Sorry, Jeremy. How dare you?
Ugh!
Number 2, Baldur's Gate 3. Good pick. Number 2, though, that's up there. Number 3, an interesting one, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
It's another like role
quite the
playing
mouthful of a
game.
title.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm seeing a pattern in your games.
Yeah. RPGs.
Yeah.
Number 4, Final Fantasy 7 Remake. It's number 4, guys. Not even top 3. Number 5, Doom Eternal, Dying Light 2. If we do get Dying Light 2 this year, because there's like
Indefinitely.
it's indefinitely postponed. What does that mean? I don't know. You might get, you might not.
It's there. It exists, kind of, in a sense.
It existed, and it may exist later.
Boat out there somewhere.
Then number 6, Neo 2. Then granted, Baldur's Gate 3 and Dying Light 2 might not come 2020, but I just assume they will. I would assume that as well. Specifically, Baldur's Gate. I'm gonna assume not Neo. It's definitely coming out very soon. Dying Light 2, I would almost guarantee it's gonna come out this year. But unless something really bad happened, that's so catastrophic they gotta get rid of it. Maybe not, but. I think we are getting Baldur's Gate 3. That game looks pretty finished, although it was Wolfson buggy when I watched that video.
Wow.
There's a couple, yeah, he like clicked on a door, they teleported into that room, and then they clicked to leave the room, and as soon as it clicked, the screen goes dark, and you hear, and like it goes up, and then the game freezes, and it's going, like this crazy, repetitive, like industrial sound, and I was like, what the fuck? And people are like, ooh. The guy's like, that's the end of the presentation. I was like, damn.
Oops.
So that was game breaking because the game stopped. Yeah, there's a couple weird things that happened to that. But also, they weren't playing with God mode on, which is interesting. A lot of times when they show games off, they do that. That guy dies like right in the beginning of the fucking thing. He's like, I think I'll be able to make this. And then he dies like, uh-oh. And people are like, ooh. And then he like had to restart. That audience was very like... like the whole time he does anything, they're just like, ooh, or like, ha ha ha.
Was he filmed in front of Jerry Springer's audience?
I do, pretty much. Yeah, there's like, hoo, hoo, hoo. Like, I was like, these are a bunch of like D&D nerds. Why are they so fucking just like, hoo, hoo. Kill that guy with that ethereal hand, dog.
They turned into an orcish horde.
It was weird, dude. I was watching, I was like, this audience is lively. You watch E3 and people are just like,
Oh, yes.
and there's some guys like, yeah. And people are like, oh, yeah, that guy.
Hey, you, quiet down back there.
But Baldur's Gate 3, they're just like, hoo, hoo, hoo. Like, it breaks and they're just like, ooh. The guy's like, oh, shit. That's weird. What a time to be alive. Comments?
You're a PC gamer and you like the pen and paper style RPGs, I see. So you're a man of my own heart in that regard.
Cyberpunk 2077, Baldur's Gate 3, Vampire Masquerade
All pen and
Bloodlines.
paper games.
Yeah. Which says a lot, yeah.
So, I like your list. I actually have not played the Vampire Masquerade games before though, so I should.
You didn't play the first one?
That one slipped through apparently. So I've heard a lot of people talk about it. I should probably try it.
I just remember back when like Morrowind was like huge for years, and then like Masquerade, Vampire the Masquerade came out. That was like the next go-to game if you liked that kind of game.
Well, I ran into a bunch of people who had played it, so like
Yeah.
I know its existence was definitely in my face. I just never played it for some reason. So
Anything? Nothing.
I assume nothing. I'm skeptical of everything.
damn.
Fair.
Someone get this man some tinfoil.
I had money in the walls. I don't trust the banks.
Thank you, Simon.
Water's turning the frogs gay.
No, that was me.
The water turned you gay?
No, I turned the frogs gay.
Oh, okay.
was
That's
me.
fair.
Where's
All
this-
me.
All right.
The aliens guy.
That's an old meme, yeah. Is that guy alive? Or did he go home? Like back to the home planet?
He was right. They took him.
Yeah, maybe he's just gone. I haven't heard from him in a while. He's like aliens. And then they showed up. They're like, we're here. He's
Telling
like,
our
all right.
secrets. You gotta go, bud.
He's like, I'm coming with you guys. This place sucks. Thank you, Simon, for the comment. Hope to hear from you soon.
Sure we will.
Next video was Plus Club, where we talked about Sims 4 and Bioshock Collection. Chris got the first baby.
Baby.
That's what you said.
Oh, yeah.
I like how you're like, baby. You said it.
I thought someone was calling me baby. I was like, who the fuck's talking to me?
Yo, Chris, baby, what up? Getting catcalled on the internet.
That'll be today.
So William Hackett echoed something I heard on Reddit quite a bit. He said, you can actually use mouse and keyboard on Sims 4 console, which is appreciated. I asked you guys in the video, if you can do it, let me know. You guys let me know. And nobody was an asshole about it, so it was really nice. I was expecting someone to go, you fucking idiot. And be like, it's The Sims, man. Let's just chill.
Game, bro.
Well, I'm asking that guy from Kotaku that, so I guess it's fair. Maybe this guy's like, dude, you didn't even try it? You didn't plug it in?
No.
No, dude. I played that for like a second and went and played something else that I really enjoyed.
Buy some random accessories to plug in and see if they all fucking work.
Yeah. I'm going to plug other things and see what happens. Thank you, William, for the comment and letting us know. And then we got Bathrez1, who said, I've been platting the Bioshock games in order of 1, 2, and 3, and my general review is that these games were likely good, great for their time, but they are 5 to 6 out of 10 at best. The story of 1 was the best, the gameplay of 2 was the best, and the most visually stunning was 3. I think that's fair. I personally didn't like how the story between the games wasn't progressive or even prequel-ish. Game 2 forced extra lore into the series that didn't fit well, having already played Game 1. Game 3 was 40 years before 1, and the difference in technology for the era was extremely advanced, and they didn't explain anything about phasmids or how the fuck the world didn't know. See, floating cities in the sky, perhaps alternate universe. I don't know if you beat the third one, but there's definitely a lot of universes possibly. And just real quick on that, I agree with pretty much everything you've said. The difference in technology, though, is kind of interesting, even though 40 years is quite a bit of a difference. But these are different civilizations that were existing on their own. So, like, in real life in history, there's different civilizations that had huge leaps in technology and less than others. So, you know, it is possible, but it would be nice if there was a little bit of explanation to that. I agree. As for the floating city thing, I mean, that could come down to location. How much people back then are traveling across the ocean where they might be. I don't know, you know? Just trying to throw some counter opinions out there, but they're good questions to bring up. Continuing his comment, or their comment, the biggest crime in Game 3 was switching the jump button from triangle to X with a ooh face. I often find myself necking a civilian by accident, and then I have to deal with the police. Don't we all? Hate dealing with them police after I fucking take someone out. Even using phasmids on a wall aggroes hostility from police like the fuck. I really hadn't seen myself getting in and immersing myself with any of these 3 games. I'm a bit of a trophy hunter, and the trophies in game 1 and 2 were pretty aids and did definitely affect my game rating. Yeah, so I mean, I think this is interesting because it's not necessarily fully negative, but I think it is a nuanced. You appreciate these games. They probably were more appreciated when they came out, but they've aged in a way that they're not really hitting it for you, but you still appreciate certain factors of it, but it does seem like, with that age, some of these systems that you're talking about, like the aggro and stuff, just doesn't meet the standards of nowadays, which I think is a fair point. And these are always the type of opinions that I like reading, on this channel. We're always like, hey, you like it? You fucking hate the game? Just, let us know what you think of it. And this is a really pretty much down the middle opinion that I think is really interesting to hear. I did like, it seems a bit more than you did, but at the same time, I think your criticisms are fair. And I don't even necessarily think I disagree with you on them. So really interesting. And although I'm not a plat hunter, I see people like, I platted, this is my 256th game I've platted. I'm like, whew, that's a lot of time to be putting in there. Also, I like your ooh face.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I've actually your breakdown of story, then gameplay and visuals is, I feel, actually pretty common of those three, specifically in the way you did it. Though there are people like myself who just like the third game in general more.
Yeah, I am one of those people. I think the third's the best one.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the second one seems to always be the only consistent thing I hear about it is the stories wasn't necessary.
Yeah, but there's some pretty interesting teams out there. There are people who are like, BioShock 2 is the best one. And there's people like, I hate BioShock 2. Sure. It's the worst. So it's very divisive. So obviously they changed a lot.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily mean like that, and like you can still enjoy the game, but I think it's still the same type of thing where, like, some people might like this type of movie because they enjoy the style of it, for example, or they enjoy that kind of storytelling, but like it may not be as consistent as the original one, which is where people are coming from, and they may not. So I mean, same idea. I don't know. I also like I think these games, and I think we brought it up too, are in need of a new one to come out, because there's a lot more things that you can do with games now, and I think BioShock would really benefit from that.
Evolve the gameplay, make it more interesting.
Yeah.
But looking back on them, you can look at them and they still look good now. So when they came out, they were amazing. So in that regard.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's a pretty well-written, evenly balanced review of the games. Anytime you get a game that's like this, that's just kind of like not a remake, but kind of just like a re-release with slightly up-res graphics from an older era, it's gonna feel a little clunky. It's just a matter of the fact that the game is older. And every now and then you get those gems where they transition really well.
Yeah, some games it's impressive how ahead of the time they were because of how well they transition into modern times.
Yeah, but for the most part, you're gonna get games that feel a little bit clunkier overall. And I agree with that totally. The city in the clouds things, I mean, yeah, I can see where it can be kind of weird, but like the ocean is really, 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 really fucking big.
It's a lot of water.
And like
a lot of water out there.
A school of, like, just for example, a school of fish will be in one location of the ocean one day, and then you'll never see that school of fish again, ever, because it'll be totally somewhere else. But I think the review is really well balanced. And the technology thing, like you said, that there's civilizations that have like miles of technology advance behind other, and others are so far behind. I mean, at one point, the Mongolians were the most technologically advanced country or people in the world because they had broken the sound barrier with their crossbows.
Yeah, there's been all sorts of things. I mean, even during like World War I and II, there was like, the United States, people are driving around fucking doing all sorts of shit, and there's other countries that are still like on horseback and stuff. So I mean, like, it's throughout history there's just been times like that. So that's one thing I've always thought was really interesting about the BioShock games, specifically Rapture and Columbia, right? Is that they were societies that were intentionally exiled. They went off to do their own thing and kind of create their own societies, and so they evolved differently. And I think it's really, really interesting. But it's all connected to, if you've beaten the third game, it kind of elaborates on why that is. So yeah, but I mean, it still is a good point, specifically with the time frame. So
absolutely, it would be great to see, like we've said, another game that kind of ties them all together and explains everything.
You should beat 3.
3 does it, yeah. Yeah, that's why I hope if they make a fourth one, they create a new location.
Underground.
Space, dude. I think they could do it. Put it on another planet. Someone
So what, we get Dead Space then?
No, it's just fucking in the 50s. Someone took a rocket, fucking landed on the moon.
We've got water, we've got sky. Now put a city inside a volcano like lava, and then earth, I guess, or dirt.
It has to be smart though. It's like we are harnessing the power of thermal energy or where the fuck underground. So
make one inside the moon, on the dark side of the moon, where it harvests the cosmic energies.
Cosmic radiation.
Ooh.
Anything else you guys will say on Bathrez 1's comment?
Just thank you. It's very well thought out.
Thank you for the comment. Much appreciated. GameFan987 also said BioShock 2 has the best gameplay.
Two for two there, apparently.
That is another vote.
Apparently I was the odd man out on that one.
Well, most people actually, I would say most people are on
50-50.
Team BioShock over BioShock 2, but there's a significant amount of people who really like BioShock 2. So it's interesting, but they're not the same. It's like people with, I'm not going to talk about it too much, but like The Last Jedi. You either love it or you hate it. So it's very polarizing. Thank you for the comments, everybody, on that video. The next one we got, I'm only going to read one from this one, is Monster Hunter World Iceborne, where Josh is on. We talked about our experiences with that game. It was the very sleepy episode. We were shreepy. And we got some great comments, but I want to give a shout out to Psycho Scream, who said, I played it once this month. Lol. Other than that, the game is a fun to play with others. I dabble in 3 to 4 weapons. We talked about what weapons we prefer and stuff like that. But they are fully built and augmented though. I'd like to see an expansion as well. A whole new game would be nice, but it would need a complete overhaul of the engine and have new weapons that have weird mechanics and animations, which I agree with you. If they did make a brand new game, introduce new weapon types as well. I think that'd be a big thing to... You don't need to convince people to buy the next Monster Hunter, but it would be a very good incentive. Then he continued what we were talking about, saying, monsters I like to fight. This is something Josh brought up. Teostra and Runernurg. Hated monsters, Lunastra and Kushala. Something I'd like to see in game, crossplay or cross save. I think we'd all like to see that for sure.
I feel like they're trying to get.
I think they're working on that. Yeah.
Yeah, which would be awesome. But he'd like to see it. I think we all would too. Cross save would be awesome. It'd be cool to be playing over on Xbox. If they did do cross play though, you wouldn't necessarily need the cross save at that point because you just play with anybody. But if you did have multiple copies, being able to access your save anywhere would be awesome.
I would only play it on the computer at that point.
Yeah, because you're gonna get the best, graphics and all that kind of stuff. So makes sense. This is all stuff that we pretty much talked about in the episode. So I just wanted to, he essentially continued the conversation with us. So I appreciate it. You have anything you want to say on it?
I would love to see more weapons, but that's something I've always been a fan of, is more variety in games. And as far as like weapons go that I play with, I use all of them really. Chevy always makes a comment like, "Oh, what are you using now? Well, you weren't using that one before. Where'd this one come from? Where's that weapon?" I literally have
fan of variety.
Everything.
He's just trying to keep himself entertained.
Pretty much.
Just like anytime we play an MMO, fucking you show up in one outfit and I turn my back to you for a second, come back around and you're just like dressed as something else. I'm like, I didn't see you fucking change. And I'm like, what?
Oh, I can hear it though.
Yeah, he told me that there's a way to like make it so you can just press it like buttons. You can set it up like outfits or whatever. I had no idea, but I'm like, that's how he does it. Because a lot of times you're just like changing instantly. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? You're going in your menu and just doing that all really quick. But yeah, good comment. Teostra is fucking annoying. For me. Wait,
He
no.
likes that one.
Well, I don't.
Lunastra is really annoying just because of the huge area of chip damage she does with the fire.
Yeah.
Really fucking annoying.
Kushaladora, though, fucking I can't stand, so I'm with you on that one.
Fucking hurricanes everywhere.
Yep. Well, just because the way I play, like, that's the one thing that's just, like, it's hard for me to fight. Because they're just shooting fucking bullshit
Fucking
everywhere.
try using a bow and arrow on him.
I don't want
Your
to.
arrows just deflect. They don't do anything.
I don't want to do that. That sounds awful.
It is awful.
Sounds frustrating.
It's frustrating as hell.
And yeah, we all agree on the new weapons, weird mechanics, animations, because that would be an engine-based thing.
Give me tonfas.
That'd be cool.
Give me a whip.
That'd be cool.
Because you already have the claw hook. It would work similar, just kind of like grappling.
Yeah.
And give me a chakram.
That'd be cool.
But not just like a little one. I want like a big hula hoop of death that I like throw around.
Ever since I played Dauntless, I really liked the fist weapons in that game. I'd really like to see something. I'd like to see something like that in Monster Hunter. That's the one big compliment I can give Dauntless, is to even mention it in the same conversation as Monster Hunter, and go, I'd like to see that in Monster Hunter. Everything else, you can do that over there, Dauntless, but because Monster Hunter's king, not even fucking close. But that's a cool idea. I like that. So, all right. Anything else?
I don't have anything to add.
All right. Thank you for the comment, Psycho. And next video, we got our Final Fantasy VII Remake demo impressions. We talked for an hour about this. We also have the full demo gameplay there if you'd like to see the way I played the demo. Or if you don't have PS4 and you haven't watched it anywhere else, you can watch my gameplay there. We got another comment from Brian McAllister. You're on here 3 times this time.
You're busy.
Very busy, but we appreciate all the comments. I've played the demo a lot at this point, 15 plus times, experimenting with various things, and I really love the hidden depth to the combat. Don't say it too loud, because the guy from Kotaku is going to be like, see, there's hidden depth. The first time you fight the guard scorpion is quite an ordeal. I think a lot of people take 10 to 15 minutes on one fight, but now I've gotten around 3 to 4 minute runs against it. That's fucking crazy. Really optimizing my ATB, blocking and movement. There's even stuff the demo doesn't actually tell you. This is one of the reasons why I want to read your comment on the show too, because people might not know about this. Like how you can actually parry while still in operator mode if you hit the triangle button to transition into Punisher mode as soon as you get hit. So you don't have to already be waiting around in Punisher mode if you want to parry. That also, they also don't tell you about the attack plus buff Cloud can give himself in Punisher mode by holding down square during it, or how insane Barrett's focus shot is when it uses 2 ATB charges instead of 1. All this wall of text is just talking about the combat. I haven't even talked about the stunning visuals are, or how stunning the visuals are, the orchestrated music, and how much I love the character portrayals. April can't come soon enough. I think we all agree with you on that aspect, and I think it is cool that you got into the combat, deeper into the combat, and that you are playing this that many times to the point where you're going to be ready when the game comes out to fucking wreck that scorpion in 3 to 4 minutes. Maybe you can shave off a couple seconds too.
Speed runs.
The game's going to come out, it's just going to fly through the game. Like, I beat it in an hour.
Easy game.
GG, too easy. But yeah, really, really cool that you even figured that stuff out. And I mean, I agree with you. I can't wait for the game as well. And I mean, we talked for an hour about it.
I'll say we gushed already.
Yeah, so and we could do it again. But I'm glad you're stoked for it. I'm glad you're still playing that. I know a couple people have played the demo like 5 times. I've played it 3 times now. And it's an hour-long demo, so it's not a short one. 0 times. How many times you plan on playing it? 15?
All the times.
Throughout
That's my life from now on.
all of time, I will
All of
play
time.
it in infinite dimensions.
I am glad to hear that they have a intricate combat system like
It's like
that.
you're about to make a speech. I'm glad to hear. That was very Obama sounding.
Because that really harkens back to the original Final Fantasy VII, because with how you could totally customize your characters with the materia system, you could make these crazy in-depth builds and stuff like that, and it's just nice that they still transition that in a newer way to the game.
They didn't even let us play with systematic stuff either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, a lot of it was withheld.
yeah, and there's supposed to be a lot to that too. So they keep saying full game, and it's sounding like it, man. So
Excited.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we gushed. I agree with you. The game's
Yeah.
awesome. So I can't really add anything to that. We'll just start essentially, jerking off Final Fantasy again. So
Yeah, easily.
What's your team comps gonna look like?
there's only like 4 characters in there.
Yeah, because you're not going to be able to play Red 13 in this one. So you're going to have Tifa, Aerith,
He fights with you.
Barrett. Yeah, he's probably going to be a story element, and you get him in the next game. Well, I mean, you're not going to have Vincent either, or...
Kate Sith.
What?
Kate Sith.
Oh.
I thought you said Titus.
I was like,
wrong game.
Chris is having a stroke. He's pulling that Samsung Samyang shit.
Kate Sith used to your Sid.
Yeah, Nomura in an interview said that Nanaki or Red 13 will be usable in future games. So just not this one.
Oh, he definitely will.
Yeah.
He definitely will. Yeah. So thank you for the comment, and keep going at it. If you increase that time, let us know. If you find out anything else as well.
Minute 30.
Down to a minute. Where you guys at, noobs? Thought you were good. Thought you were gamers.
I'm probably in that 15-minute bracket. I tend to be slower at things, though. So.
Every one of my gameplays of that demo has been like different each time, so I definitely don't have any consistency. I'm not getting better or worse. It's all up in the air. I play it like my most recent gameplay, the one you guys saw. I probably played worse than any of my other ones, and that was the most recent one. But I was like in my head, I was like, I gotta get video, so I'm just like playing, and I'm like, just wait a second, make sure anybody watching it gets to see the scene, and then I'm in a fight scene. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna kill you real quick, and then Scorpion, make sure not to die, and then fuck, Cloud died. Okay. Get him back up. So, and the time before that was the perfect run for me, and the whole time downloads were just popping up on the screen. Oh, Division downloaded. I'm like, stop, go away.
Do not disturb.
Yeah. So thank you for the comment. Stick says, I absolutely love the character interactions and I'm really enjoying the combat. The demo also got me back into my playthrough of the original. I remember you saying you were playing that. The biggest takeaway from the preview event and demo is that I know they are hiding a lot of big stuff. During the preview event, the first bombing run and second are way further apart, so it sounds like there is a lot between them and likely some Midgar exploration. Recently, they came out and said that there's going to be like equal amount of side quest stuff as there is to the story, which is fucking awesome to hear. Because that is something that I feel like you could really expand on in this. I feel the biggest criticism with it being part 1 will go away once the game comes out. I know Kitase and Nomura are constantly saying it is a full Final Fantasy game, and that it probably that is probably why they don't put part 1 in the title, which I think is the good way to do it, because it takes away from that episodic feeling that people are rightly worried about in the title. With episodic games having a certain image, like you're saying, they don't want people thinking this is a short game. I feel the second part won't have part 2 in the title. It will likely have a subtitle instead, which I agree. I think it'll be like that too. I am really looking forward to this, and hopefully it will be a game that doesn't end up as divisive as the previous 2 single-player Final Fantasy games. I don't think it's going to be. I think the only people who are going to have a negative opinion on this most likely will be purists of the original Final Fantasy VII who wanted a turn-based RPG. I think they still will play it, though, if they're big enough fans, because it's going to be hard to deny going through that story again with this kind of like visual fidelity. Even if you don't like the combat and you're complaining about it, I still feel like you're going to beat it.
I also feel like if everyone gets their hands on it and everyone's praising it constantly, it's going to be hard for people to ignore that.
So, yeah, it's already getting crazy high praise. So I don't think it's going to be divisive, but there are going to be people who are not going to be as into it. But I think it's mostly going to be fair feedback than people going, that game sucks. I think this is going to bring in new people too. I think people who are not big into JRPGs will be able to play this game.
I think we already saw that with the demo on Twitter. Yeah, people saying like this is their first time playing a Final Fantasy.
I saw it all over the place. Yeah. So I think it's a perfect mid-ground. I think it does respect the original game a lot. It does deviate gameplay-wise, I think, in a fair way. I like that it has that pausing system that feels like menu-based combat in an RPG while still being an action game.
And they're taking a risk by doing this and by adding to the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're growing the canon of Final Fantasy VII with this, which is awesome because it's a story that's so beloved that, like, who wouldn't want more from that story as long as they don't destroy it? And that's, I think, the only thing I would even have reservations on is going too far to the point where you dilute the story.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Disney with Star Wars.
It's twice in one episode. We're going to die.
It's a well-known fact that if you say the D word 3 times in the mirror, that's when you're going to die.
Oh, so God.
I only got...
The lights turn off and you hear...
Yeah, exactly. What's wrong, Goofy? That's when I'm going to be shook. I'm going to be shaking my boots. Good comment. Anything else you guys want to say?
I was one of those people who was hoping it was going to be like a turn-based combat system, harkening back to old days. But I didn't like... I'm not like distraught that it's not, and I knew it wasn't going to be, just because I'm realistic about how games are played these days, and it just wasn't going to happen.
I think
For
after
sure.
you play it too, and this is for anyone as well, if you have those same reservations, it blends action game and it still feels like ATB based RPG. I don't know. They somehow really nailed it. But I also, going back to the interview, I guess they spent a lot of playtest time getting that combat system to feel that way. So
That's good.
Agreed.
I'm still hyped as hell for it.
Play that demo.
Doesn't-
It's going to get
doesn't
even more
bother
hyped.
I should just make you play it after we're done in here.
I got to edit right after this anyway, so yeah, I should definitely do that. There's some good comments here, though. I might just read them all. So, but let's be quick for time's sake. Onion Wolf said, it being episodic. Also, thank you, Stick, as always. Your comments are always welcome, and they're always awesome. So we appreciate it. Really good. Really good stuff. Onion Wolf says, it being episodic has put me completely off. So he's, or they're one of the people out there who this is. The episodic nature. This is something that me and you had reservations on too early on.
I think everyone did.
Everybody did, yeah.
Initially.
But I remember on the show we talked about it a lot in detail. And as they started showing more and more in the game and talking about it more and more and going like, we don't want to call it episodic anymore because that's not really the vision.
Yeah, the philosophy behind it and going,
yeah.
hey, we made a mistake.
It's
calling
not.
it
It's
this.
not a telltale game.
Yeah.
It's not. We're gonna release the next game as soon as possible. And I think since them saying that, they've really proved that. When you look at the quality of this game looks like they worked harder on it than, well, it's hard for me to say Final Fantasy 15 because it took them like 20 years to make that game.
A.
But so I guess in the time frame
That
they
had
worked
some
harder.
development hell, though.
Sure,
Yeah.
that's the joke. But like, but this game, this is not like a quick little 10-hour episode of Final Fantasy 7. This is a full-on, full game that's gonna be one part of the whole story of Final Fantasy 7. It's something.
They're very aware of what they're working on.
Yeah, and well, it seems like that. We hoped that at first, but now it's like, no, this is in good hands for sure. But and though I have completely let go of this reservation when it comes to the episodic nature of the game, I still understand it because I started like that as well. So I get where you're coming from, and I hope when you play the game that's just dismissed. You go, okay, we're in good hands. Or even more so, I hope we all play it. We don't all play it and go, oh shit, this was a mistake.
I think I replied to this one.
You did.
And one of the comments, which I'll echo for anyone who hasn't read the comment section, you don't have to be a day one buyer.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to talk about it 100%.
Yep.
If you want to come and you trust our opinions on it, come listen to us. So you got someone else you like watching, you trust their opinion, wait for them to play it first.
I just thought of people who watch the show regularly and they just don't trust us. I just like that they say funny stuff, but I don't trust anything they
They
say.
might just like listening to us talk. So
Those guys are fucking crazy.
I mean, I won't deny that.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think Keith pretty much told us he's here for our voices. So
It's true.
He doesn't trust us at all.
I still have my slight reservations about it. That's because I'm skeptical of everything. But
I'll get the tinfoil.
I do have my reservations about this game being broken up into parts because I wonder how they're going to continue characters into the next saga. I've been pretty blind to most things about this game, to be honest, out of personal choice, because I really want to go and do this with a fresh look without having any kind of super sneak peeks. But it's hard. It's
That demo is
really
a super
hard.
sneak peek.
I know.
It's the beginning of the game.
It's a super sneak peek.
But I understand your reservations about it. But I'm putting my faith at this point in them because playing a lot of Final Fantasy 14, they've done really well by that. So I have to trust that they're going to do really well by this because they understand the gravity of the situation. That if they fuck this up, it's probably going to ruin them.
I don't think it'll ruin them, but reputation-wise, it will be a setback for sure. This is a big one to gamble on, but they've been doing really good lately. That I think, I mean, they were in the shitter, and then they made Final Fantasy 14 bad, and then that almost ruined them because they put so much time into that. That's why they had to fix that game. They can't just make a new one. They're like, what do we do? And they fixed it, and they fixed everything, and they've been doing awesome. I mean, even 15, at first I started playing, I'm like, yeah, it's okay. And now it's like one of my favorite Final Fantasy games after beating it.
There's a lot of people who disagree with that still, but yeah, I also really enjoyed it. I just recently, especially, been seeing a lot of people just trash that game. So
Weird. I don't see those.
Yeah,
I see a lot of people like it.
Well, and I just think it's funny, like all of a sudden, like that, like I replayed it recently, and that game's just mess, blah 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 blah. So I don't know.
I played it last year.
I don't know. I liked it a lot. Is it my favorite Final Fantasy? No.
Well, I think they probably have the same opinion I had when I was first playing it, and then it turns into a Final Fantasy later in the game, and that's where I'm like, oh shit, this story's getting good.
Yeah.
It took some interesting risks, and 100%. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not the best, but it's one of my favorites.
For sure.
Story-wise, definitely.
I think it's important for them to take risks anyways, because otherwise we're just going to get tired of their games, so.
And it wasn't Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah, which took 3 games for them to kind of
fix
aspects of it. They never even completely fixed it. But see, and I don't hate 13 either. There are people who just hate that game, and it's not in my top list, but it was enjoyable. So.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to say? Let's keep this short.
I already responded to him, so personally, and then anything I wanted to emphasize, I've already said.
Look, if you got any doubts about this game, I got a guy you can talk to. He will be very upset that you dare to say this. Oh. He'll set you straight. Wade says, I always allow others. He says, I always allow others to get the first comment because I am just a gracious God, but not today. Because he got the first comment in that one. Prior to this, the other episode that came out the same day, you got first. Mm-hmm. So he was implying that as a gracious God, he allowed you to get that first.
I don't believe in you.
You don't believe in Wade? Now I'm kind of worried. Like, is Wade real?
I mean, there's no picture. It's just a W.
Yeah. He's gonna be fucking. That is true. There's no picture there. Is Wade just a W? I feel like I've talked to him.
Proof is that AI.
I've seen pictures of someone I think is Wade, but
I too can collect pictures of a single person on the internet.
That's scary. I feel like Wade's watching this episode, fucking looking at his hands fade away. It's like, wait, was I real?
It's a big question.
He's the God in the computer. He's not real. He's an AI. That got deep quick.
Thank you, Wade.
Yeah, thank you for being a gracious God, Wade. Keith says, can't wait for this game. Oh my God. We all agree with you.
Wow.
Jeremy says, okay, now, I'm happy you guys love the demo, but let's talk about the real thing. Haha. Remember my how dare you, I don't remember that, comment for your Final Fantasy VII remake opening video. You guys was like, did he work for Square? How did he know the game gonna be good, etc.? Well, I'll tell you my secret, winky face. They're a good friend of mine who work at Square Enix here in Montreal. She had the chance of testing and playing Final Fantasy Remake. She'd been telling me some crazy stuff from the game. Without too much spoilers, of course. For example, there are a lot of cutscene and gameplay cut for... Ooh, read more. I was like, that's the end? It's a secret. I'm not telling you any more than that. Gameplay cut for the demo. But the most important thing she said, I'm using is words, prepare to be mind-blowing. People are not ready to a game like that. And you can't imagine how everything is so fun and well done. It's the best translation I can do, lol. I'm still PlayStation 4-less.
Fix it.
With a big, small eye, holy shit face.
Tell me when you fix it. Because I have to convince you to buy 14.
I told him, I was like, how dare you not have a PS4 yet? So yeah. He's telling us it's going to be good. He's got some insiders he's keeping secret.
I don't know if he's a real person either.
Jeremy's real.
I'm pretty convinced.
Jeremy's pretty real.
I don't think a computer can be like him.
Computers don't love. Jeremy only loves.
Yeah.
Jeremy's the embodiment of love. He's love incarnate. Anytime there's a female character, he's like, I am in love.
I mean, think about an AI, right? It goes on Twitter to figure out how humans are and just learns to troll, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not Jeremy.
Yeah, see, Wade is trying to get as much info about everyone as possible, and he's trying to change the algorithm and control things around us in all ways. Jeremy's just endless love, just floating through the internet. It's true. Our community is the best community. Just throwing it out there. So thank you, everybody, for your comments. Last video we're going to be doing, and that is the one where Chris said. I was about to say tasty fruit, but yeah, that's you.
That's me.
First, y'all slacking.
Yeah.
And then the AI had to come in and go, you are slacking in your existence. I gave this to you. I am Wade.
I think being part of the show, I kind of have an edge up on you of knowing when things are going to come out.
Yeah, but you don't know when I'm uploading it.
This is true.
That's why
but I could get the information.
Why you could get it. He doesn't. I just upload it. I'm like in the middle of the night, just like.
So wouldn't I be the gracious one, like you, to get first comment?
Uh-oh. Are you challenging a god? He's in his throne right now, going, "What? I can't believe this."
I wouldn't claim myself to be a god, but I'll give you the graciousness of having the first comment.
He's trying to be gracious.
You're challenging the gods. And Jeremy's hearing that. He's like, "How dare you challenge the god?"
From now on, you can just assume that if I don't get first comment, it's just me graciously allowing you to have it.
Uh-oh. We're going to get smited. It's like, I got a lightning bolt getting ready to hit that fucking house in Washington.
We shall be smoked.
Smote. Captain C27 said, this game looks so good. And by this game, the video was Ghost of Tsushima story trailer reaction that I did. Quick and to the point. This game looks so good. I agree with you. I'm very excited for this game as well. You haven't seen that trailer. But you guys have seen some stuff on the fucking game.
Very artsy. I love it. So
I'm fucking stoked for it.
I'm fucking stoked for it. We're all fucking stoked
Samurai
for it.
Ghostbusters?
I don't really get that one, but yeah, no, I'm excited for it. Sure.
Get what?
Fucking stoked.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, I'm fucking stoked for everything. So thank you for the comment. Captain C27, also always good to hear from you.
Captain.
And then Brandon Jones, which I think is a Brandon Jones I know. Unless it's just another Brandon Jones. That's kind of a name that could be just anybody. Says,
Also pictureless.
are they real? Are they real? I'm excited for the game, but I love Sekiro. Timeline is before, I believe. I hope it lives up to Sekiro's madness. I don't know if you're saying if they're related or not, or if they're just like thematically similar. But this game does give me that vibe for sure. But it's definitely not going to be. As for like madness, I don't think this game is going to be nearly as fucking hard as Sekiro. That's one of the hardest games I've played in a long time.
I can't even comment on that one because that's another game I just haven't touched.
But looks cool.
Boy, yeah, never gonna say a samurai game looks bad most of the time visually.
No, that's the bad looking one. That's the only one.
I mean, I love the Bushido blade still, so it's a pretty ugly game now.
Where's that at? We need a new one of those.
Good luck.
Square Enix. Hey, recently they're like, if we didn't make a Parasite Eve game, it'd be a waste. I'm like, I don't like the way you think.
Did they say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the director, I think it was.
You know what they need?
When talking about Final Fantasy VII River, they brought up Parasite Eve.
Over.
Remake it.
Yeah.
Do a remake.
And then, make the story make a little more sense as you go this time.
I don't think they should remake everything because that's just too much. But
it needs a soft reboot. I think would be a better way to word that.
Well, no. I think you should remake Parasite Eve because we got 1 and 2. People liked them, and then they made that bastardized version. So remake 1 and 2, and then make a proper third one from the same engine and everything that they're working on now. I think it'd be the perfect way to do it. Reintroduce it to people because people liked Parasite Eve.
Probably even just blend 1 and 2 to be honest, because I don't think they're that long. So
sure, I mean, yeah, that's fine. Just call it Parasite Eve, and it can be 1 and 2 storyline, and then make Parasite Eve 2 or whatever the fuck. I don't work at Square Enix.
Whatever subtitle you want to add to it.
You guys can figure that shit out. Yeah. But yeah, they brought it up, and they're like, it'd be a waste if we didn't. So it's obviously on their mind.
Huh.
So, which is cool.
It's funny because I know we're deviating from the comment, but like Capcom, all of a sudden selling a bunch of games, they're like, well, we're gonna relook at our old IPs. Like, why is it taking now? I didn't realize this, guys.
They got their shit together. I'd rather them do it now than before when they weren't or when they were in a rut.
True.
Just like when Square Enix is in a rut, people are like, I want Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm like, not now. Don't do it now. Like, they're not in a good mindset right now. They're going to make a shit game. You're going to be pissed. Now they're doing good, and now we're getting good I said Resident Evil, but same thing with Capcom. They were also in a rut for a while, and they were making shit games left and right. Now they're doing great. It's like, yeah, do all the good stuff now. You guys are in like a good headspace. Fucking now's the time to be doing this shit. So, any thoughts on Sekiro's madness and excitement for Ghost of Tsushima and Samurai Ninja shit?
I like anything set in feudal Japan times.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy sell for most of us. So. You got a katana, you got some fucking cool sheath fucking action. Wiping blood off blades and stuff. It's all cool.
Ghosts are cool.
Ghosts are cool. I was thinking I have my Tasty Senpai channel. This is a plug for that. It's a sister channel to this one, so make sure to go check out Tasty Senpai. I need to put a link in the thing. I want to watch ghost videos on there.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
I like ghost videos.
I mean, I'm like the biggest skeptic on the fucking planet when it comes to that stuff, but I still love watching that shit.
You and Chris can hang out and watch them.
Dude, me and Cody are gonna do. Me and Cody want to go into haunted places. Ooh. Maybe I'll do that shit on fucking.
Oh, thank you.
That's too far for him.
That's too much for me.
I'm a skeptic. I'm more worried about like crackheads living in the fucking building than anything. But
it's pretty valid.
It's real, dude. All these videos, there's always some guy with a pipe in the dark, like, "What are you doing here?" And they're like, "Who are you?" And they're like, "I own the place." They're like, "I don't think you do. We're gonna leave because you're fucking crazy." Yeah. So check out Tasty Senpai channel. I'm gonna maybe watch ghost videos and talk shit about UFOs and maybe try. Me and you were talking about trying like maybe foods from around the world and stuff, like candies and stuff.
I would say I'm down to eat.
That'd be cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna open up the PayPal too and be like, "Hey, you want me to eat something weird from your country? Fucking send it my way.
Send us the recipe. I'll cook it."
Oh, you mean P.O. box
or PayPal? They can buy it for me. I'll order it, or I'll open up a PO box if there's enough people. But yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool. Yeah. So Brandon, thank you for the comment. I'm glad you're stoked for this, and I'm glad you liked Sekiro. That game made me want to fucking rip my hair out. But it's very good. I think that's everything. I think that's all the comments. So again, thank you. Yeah. 2 weeks of comments. That's why the segment was so long. But I like talking with you guys directly. I love that you guys comment so much. We get way more comments than we used to get, so it's easy to do the segment. This segment can last forever, so it's always appreciated. And great comments, everybody. If we did not read your comment and you're like, "What the fuck?" type in #AskTLG and you just do what I say. Just listen to me. Just listen to me for once in your life. But that's going to do it for this, unless anybody else has something to say.
If you're going to do something, do this one thing.
Just do me this one solid. Just type that shit in. Unless everybody starts typing that shit in and be like, let's back off a little bit. Just do me this one solid. Everybody's like, pick me. I'm like, there's like fucking 30 comments. That's it for this episode of Tastecast, episode 111. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this episode. Make sure to check out our other episodes. Check us out on Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok at Taste of the Gaming. Check out our streams. Links down below. We have a Discord link down below as well. You can talk to us anytime, all the time. We're on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast platforms if you prefer to listen to us. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Chris.
Type in #TLG. Just fucking #AskTLG. Just do me this one solid. Just listen to me for once in your life, please.
Do it.
Till the next episode. Taste Tuesday. Have a good weekend, guys, and take it easy.